not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed.
Good morning, everyone.
User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such
It is
content,
showtime.
information, or opinions.
You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, the longest-running radio show in
Here we
Florida,
go.
on the air since 1977. This year celebrating 45 years on the air. Now, Steve Kane with Brian Craig.
Yes. Welcome to the program, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is indeed the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida. That's right, the Steve Kane Show on the radio since 1977. We're already planning the 50th anniversary bash. Indeed, we are. Welcome, everyone. We have a lot to talk about today, and we only have 2 hours and 56 minutes left to do it before 9 a.m. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. You know, in fact, things are going so good for MAGA. This morning when I was getting out of my car, the lid off of my coffee came off. I spilled coffee all over my car. Luckily, I'm in my car, which is old, not my wife's new car. All over my pants, all over my shirt. And you know what? I don't even care, and I didn't even feel the heat of the coffee burning my skin because the news is so good for MAGA, for President Trump moving forward on everything. The Democrats are coming unglued. I'm not even bothered by spilling coffee all over the car this morning. I'm really not. That's how good things are going. Your calls are certainly welcome at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Now, the Democrats are completely unhinged. We've got another Democrat attack, this time on the office of Marjorie Taylor Greene, the great Marjorie Taylor Greene. I love Marjorie Taylor Greene. Who does not love Marjorie Taylor Greene? Oh man, I love her. She's going to be a great member of the new squad. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Sarah Palin, Lauren Boebert. We've got a great squad. What do they have? Freaks and geeks. That's what they have. But Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, there's been really I'm not sure, is it an epidemic? Is it I don't know, what do we call, what would be the word to use to describe the reign of terror and violence? If someone else has a new phrase for this, I welcome it. But in recent weeks, there has been a reign of terror, violence, and vandalism that has been perpetrated by the Dems, by the left. A Democrat traveled across the entire American continent, from California to Washington, D.C. He did it to attempt to assassinate Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh and his entire family over the Roe v. Wade leak. Pro-choice domestic terrorists have attacked at least 19 pro-life pregnancy centers around the country, threatening more. Even after the Kavanaugh attack, the Democrats still are illegally protesting in front of the homes of Justice Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, and other members of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of the United States has erected walls up around it, and the list goes on. And now we have a new one. The chief of staff to a Democrat in the House of Representatives was caught on video defacing, vandalizing a poster outside the office of the great Marjorie Taylor Greene. And this is the latest attack on conservatives. And it wasn't Nancy Pelosi or the mainstream legacy media who came forward and reported this Democrat chief of staff's attack on the office of Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was Marjorie Taylor Greene herself took to the floor of Congress. Let me play some of it. This is the great MTG. They got AOC. We've got MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, yesterday.
In order to have a justice system that is fair and good and one that the American people can trust.
Prosecute him.
It
They
should
want
be a justice system that prosecutes crime just because it's a crime, not based on a political party, not based on does it match up with the ideas or policies they agree with, or the president that's in the White House, or whoever's Speaker of the House, or whoever's in leadership. It should matter that it's a crime, and they should prosecute these crimes. But unfortunately, that's not happening. So I did find out who this person is, and it's reported in the news. I did find out that it's Representative Jake Auchincloss, Chief of Staff. His Chief of Staff is the person that has been consistently attacking the sign, targeting me, harassing me. This is a Chief of Staff. This isn't like a low-level staffer. This isn't an intern. This is a Chief of Staff that's had quite a career here.
Wow. So we've got a member of the Democrat House of Representatives, because they control it, the Chief of Staff has been attacking and vandalizing the office of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Could you imagine if a Republican Chief of Staff did that? The mainstream media would stop down. There'd be the special breaking news sounders on all the networks going nuts. They track the person down at their house. And you know, this person that did this, they have not been fired. Good morning, you're on the radio. What is going on? Do you have any opinions on this reign of terror led by Democrats? Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yeah, why are Democrats attacking conservative people with violence and vandalism around this? Oh, wait a second. There is an arrest warrant. Superior Court of Columbia Criminal Division has issued an affidavit to arrest this person. So there you have it. There is a warrant affidavit with screen images. What does that mean?
Has he been arrested?
Not yet.
Okay. What do you think about?
What? I mean, what does that mean? What do you mean? You know, Louisiana. I know you're a liberal, but you're not completely brain dead. I know you're I'm not calling you stupid. I said you are No. I said you are pretending to be stupid, which means you're not stupid. I'm saying the opposite.
Can I say something to you?
Oh, you want to hijack the show? Okay, I'll let you hijack the show maybe for a moment. Let's see what you got. Then,
Guy want to shoot.
I talked about that on the radio yesterday. That guy's an idiot. But let me ask you this. Has he been arrested? Has he been arrested? Has he been charged with a crime? Has he been arrested? Because your standard with this, your standard with the vandalism on Marjorie Taylor Greene's office is the guy hasn't been arrested yet.
He's alive.
I trust a member of my political party like you do.
He should have left the sign alone. Leave it alone. If she wants to be, it shows us how she is. And I don't think Marjorie Greene is great. I think she's a very racist.
She's racist? What has Marjorie Taylor Greene said or done that's racist?
It's so many things.
But then if she's done so many racist things, give me one of them.
You know what? I'm not arguing with you this morning.
No, I'm not arguing. You said that not only, excuse me, I'm yelling, I'm losing my voice. Slow down, Louisiana. You said Marjorie Taylor Greene is racist, and there's very many instances of this. Pick one racist incident of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Just pick one. I'll tell you what, I'm here till 9. I'll keep you in the air till 9 a.m. if it takes that long for you to list all of. I gotta go to work. So this is interesting. So you want to you expose the racism of Marjorie Taylor Greene, and you want to cover up racism?
Yep.
Really? Okay, there you go. There you go. End of that call. So you want to cover up racism? And Deanna said, yep. Now the obvious reason, that Louisiana will not give us examples of Marjorie Taylor Greene racism because there are no examples. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike.
Oh, hey, Mike from Louisiana. Oh, my goodness. We're hot in Louisiana this morning.
Yep. So, you asked the question, why are they after these people? Why are the liberals after Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, people?
Well, listen, we got two incidents this week. Capitol breach, the Juneteenth Capitol breach with the Colbert 7. Now we have the chief of staff of a sitting member of the House of Representatives, a Democrat, vandalizing on multiple occasions the office of Mar-a-Life's pregnancy centers, the attempt on Kavanaugh and the Kavanaugh family. There's a reign of violence and a reign of terror being...
And the Democrats are known for their reign of terror. Think about it. From the Ku Klux Klan and all these other people, I mean, they are known for their terror groups. You know, the terror groups and their terror...
Yeah, Jane's Revenge has been called a domestic terrorist organization. They're the ones threatening the violence against those who vote Roe v. Wade.
Right. Why are they going after Marjorie Taylor Greene? And they're outspoken and they're mad.
Correct.
You know, and they fear that. They don't like that. You know, they think that women politicians should all be Democrats.
Correct.
That's what they think. That is false thinking, but that's what they think. Not to run. Remember, they attacked her as she was running for the nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to get her out of the race. Remember that?
Yes.
They tried to make a big deal of Lauren Boebert. You know.
Yeah, and remember, now we got two Republican women here. Marjorie Taylor Greene's office vandalized by this Democrat, and the Colbert 7 were searching for Lauren Boebert in the halls of the Congressional Office building. So there's two attacks by Democrats on Republican city members of the United States House of Representatives.
And think about this. Also, they're going after, not only are they going after Judge Thomas, but they're going after Judge Thomas's wife, Jenny Thomas.
That's right, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, boy.
But I just recently ordered me one of the bathrobes from Mike Linden. Man, it is comfortable. It is really, really comfortable.
We have a bathrobe, and very high quality. I mean, because of the bathrobe, which, by the way, is 30% off when you use the promo code Kane, check out KANE at mypillow.com. It's so high quality, it reminds me of like the bathrobes we have on our luxury that we take every year. I mean, it's really a high luxury bathrobe, isn't it?
It really is. That's the thing. And I had to get it, but I mean, I'm glad I did get it because, like I said, it's really, really comfortable. It's warm, but it's comfortable.
Oh, man, it's soft and comfortable. And, it's washable and dryable. I've had mine for a year or so, and every time I wash and dry, it looks as good as new like the day it arrived.
Oh, sure. And that's the deal. And I keep buying these things from Mike Lindell because I've got the slippers and I've got the bathrobe.
Oh, great.
And I keep wanting to help Mike Lindell and my pillow, and I'll
One 716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
Steve Kane Radio Show, Champaign Automotive Repair in Boca.
I went over to Champaign Automotive and say that this man is the most fair mechanic I have dealt with.
now available at the BioStation West Del Rey. Our custom compounded products yield combinations and dosages that increase the efficacy of Viagra and Cialis greatly. We also offer treatments that can correct the problem at its source, such as PRP and sound wave pulse therapies that restore your natural function. State-of-the-art testing and the most current treatment options all available in one place, the BioStation West Del Rey. If you want to correct erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for them.
You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Kevin from Pompano.
Hey, Kevin. What's up?
Well, you know, this guy from Louisiana, or whoever he is, it's the same thing you get from every one of these left-wing, I call them swamp regime suck-ups. You ask him, give me an example of the racism. Can't come up with one thing. Every time I talk to somebody who's on the left side there, the idiot side, I say, give me an example of one beneficial thing that this swamp has done for America. And they can't come up with one answer. They've got all these complaints about the MAGA and this, and, oh, they're corrupt. Name one thing that Trump has done that's corrupt.
That's right.
Sir.
Yeah, you know, what the left have are they're talking points. It's like talking to a telemarketer. You try to ask a question of a telemarketer, they can't give you answers. It's not on their script.
So, you know, and you ask them, and then I have, well, I don't even know if I can call him a friend anymore. You say, I don't have to prove nothing to you. And you know why? Because you don't have anything to prove. There is nothing that Trump has done wrong. And for them to, like this liberal Al, I don't mind, the Al to John, actually. I don't mind paying $5 a gallon. Are these people crazy? They're all in denial. And if the election wasn't rigged.
Well, the thing with Democrats, no, you got to celebrate because Joe Biden is considering lifting the federal gasoline tax, which is 18 cents. He's going to save you, you know, as much as $3 a tank now if you go on completely E. 18 cents a gallon you're going to save now from Biden temporarily. Aren't you excited? He's giving you 18 cents. Excuse me, 18.3 cents, I believe.
Real excited, yeah, really.
Really?
It's leading to the supply chain.
Well, wait a minute. You're not wait a minute. Joe Biden is giving you 18 cents. What?
Run out and celebrate. Go, you know, just go out and yell to the world, hallelujah. It's just a pathetic cover-up of all their ineptness.
Yeah. You know, you listen to these callers. I mean, there is a reign of terror and violence coast to coast being led by Democrats. You know, I went through it earlier, and and they got a hearing accusing us of doing something? Are you kidding me? They're talking about something a year and a half ago, and we're talking about there's violence going on right now. But you heard it from Louisiana. This attack by the Democrat chief of staff, multiple attacks of vandalism on Marjorie Taylor Greene's office. They said, well, what did the poster say? As if there's a justification to vandalize it.
Pathetic. It's pathetic because you got this Colbert who I don't know if you saw it, but Tucker Carlson had a piece on that, and you know, it's like we were just doing our job. What do you mean your job? Where's your job say that you're allowed to go into the Capitol and do whatever you want? And then, could you imagine if Tucker Carlson went in there with 7 of his whoever friends?
He'd be in jail. They would be in jail right now.
Yeah. So it's complete hypocrisy. The whole left side is in denial, and it's just getting to the point where it's pathetic, and they're caving in on this stuff.
Yeah.
Not going to win.
No doubt. Well, listen, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Before we move on to some other issues, I made a YouTube video yesterday, which you guys should go and watch on my YouTube channel. I did a YouTube vlog on the tampon shortage. Now, about a month ago, I made a YouTube video on the baby formula shortage, and yesterday I did one on the tampon shortage. And I went in search of tampons. I went to the same 3 stores that I went to when I did my baby formula shortage video a month or so ago. I went to Walmart. Now, I didn't buy anything at Walmart. I didn't buy anything at any of those stores. I just made the vlog. But I'm not buying anything at Walmart. But I went to Walmart, I went to Publix, and I went to Target. And let me tell you something. The tampon shortage is very, very real. And when I went to those stores, it was worse at Target. They have very few different, there's a lot of different types of tampons. They have, the shelves are fronted up, like only 2 deep. They're all empty behind there. They only have like 1 or 2 types of tampons, and there's all different kinds of tampons. I was in shock, and when I put the vlog up on YouTube, my daughter watched it, and she was like, "Whoa!" She couldn't believe it. She was like blown away. The tampon. Go and watch my YouTube video, my search for tampons yesterday afternoon. I was leaving the house, and I told my wife, "I'll be back in a little bit." She says, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to go look for tampons." Yeah, I did. And she said, "Why are you going to go look for tampons?" And I said, "Well, I want to find out." I saw another story yesterday about the tampon shortage. I said, "I'm going to go out and find out if this is real or fake news." And sure enough, it is. And let me tell you, I want to hear from some women out there about this. Now, I know some of you may not use these things anymore because you've reached a certain age, like Pelosi or something. But I think there's my daughter seemed very concerned that they only had like 1 or 2 different types. I don't know too much about tampons, okay? I mean, I know what they're for, but I don't know. I don't know as much about tampons as I know about other things. But you've got what really is a failure of Biden and our transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete, which really is an attack on things that are vital to women. Baby formula. Which, by the way, the baby formula crisis and the baby famine continues. There still is a massive shortage of liquid baby formula. That has not been fixed. The stores are filling up blocking up the shelves with powdered, but there still is a major shortage on liquid baby formula, which is vital. It's food for babies, so there's a baby famine going on. And now the tampon shortage. These are 2 products that really are vital to women of childbearing years and also to women who aren't, that have grandchildren. Where is Mayor Pete on this? Baby formula and tampons might not be in his wheelhouse. They're not in my wheelhouse either, but I did more yesterday with my YouTube video investigating the tampon shortage than Mayor Pete has done, and he is the transportation secretary who was responsible for the supply chain of the United States. There wasn't a tampon shortage when the entire economy was shut down worldwide under President Trump in the early days of the pandemic. But now there is. And you look at this really neglect by the Biden regime towards women. I mean, if you look at this, this is a major neglect towards women by the Biden regime. They don't care about the baby formula or the tampons because, hey, it's not affecting them because they're the elite. There's you put together, there are certain things that are vital to people. Baby formula, tampons, and affordable gas. There's no one could convince me that the baby formula and the tampon shortage, which are very, very real, and when you see my YouTube video, you will see this, that this is not going to have a negative impact for the Democrats on the women's vote. And this affects women that the Democrats typically have locked up, younger women. Younger women. So go and check out my YouTube video. Very interesting video. My search for tampons, investigating the tampon shortage yesterday afternoon, right here in Ron DeSantis's Free Florida. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call from anywhere. 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Back after this.
Attention seniors, have you protected...
Now, you guys watching on YouTube, Steve has been reaming me out the past few days that I'm not taking enough calls. So you guys on YouTube, pick up your phone and call me on the air. He's telling me I'm not taking enough calls. I'm, you know.
The IRS. Learn how to prevent running out of money before you run out of life, and learn how to avoid being forced to spend down your assets. You will also learn how to avoid nursing home seizure of your assets. This free Living Trust workshop with attorney Barry Siegel is Tuesday, June 28th.
Scooter Brian Craig. Hey, hey, hey.
South County Civic Center in Delray. Seating is limited, so reserve your seat for this free estate planning workshop. Call 1-855-FLA-ESTATE. That's 1-855-352-3782. 855-352-3782.
Morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, I'm calling from Sunrise, Florida. How you doing, buddy?
All right, Sunrise, Florida.
I went to Friendly Tire. Listen, man, that guy, Mike, and his two guys that are with him working there, I couldn't believe the price they got on my tires. My car is running so smooth, and the tires, I don't know how that guy's even in business. The money that I spent, and I called Costco, Sam's Club, they wanted triple of what he sold me the two brand new tires for. So I wanted to thank you on that. And he went out of his way. He called me right back. I was in and out of there in 20 minutes.
Friendly Tire in Margate. Friendly Mike. He'll give you a quote right over the phone, and he has thousands of used tires in stock. New tires as low as $70 a tire. And when you call Friendly Mike for a price on new and used tires, remember that is out the door and on the road.
Oh, by the way, to all the members of the channel, my wife yesterday, Kathy, put up a bunch of new emojis for the members out there. So if you're a member, check it out. There's a bunch of new emojis that members have access to now.
Here's his number. He will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445.
No, Steve was giving me a hard time before the show today that I'm not taking enough calls.
9445 Friendly Tire in Margate.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation.
Yeah, I love that Hillary one.
35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500. 954-939.
There you go, Chaplain Jethro. All right, we're back. That's right. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. All right, now, there was a story. Have you seen this story of the white cop in Miami? This is an unbelievable thing. And I'm going to throw this out to police officers. A white cop has been jammed up by a black man that he pulled over in a traffic stop. I'm going to play you the audio of the exchange. I'm going to read to you an article. The cop is being punished. Can you believe this? If I were a patrolman, and I'm serious about this, if I were a patrolman, I would not pull over black people for traffic violations. They'd have to be really doing something bad for me to pull them over, because anytime you pull over, and you're a white police officer, anytime you pull over a black man or woman, you are running the risk of losing your job. And what happens now is, and this is what happened with this officer in Miami, everyone, when they get pulled over, have their phones going to put it up on TikTok or YouTube or Twitter or somewhere to jam up the police officer. And, you know, these videos that we see are often so out of context because people do not start recording until there is a problem. So let me read this story to you, and then I'm going to play you the audio of the exchange. And I'd like to throw this out there. I know we have police officers out there. Do you let black drivers get away with crime? What I mean by traffic violations. Minor speeding, rolling stops. Do you let black drivers get away with these crimes, these traffic violations, because you run the risk of losing your entire livelihood pulling them over? That's what's going on with this cop in North Miami Beach. Here's the story, and then I'll play the audio. A white Miami police officer was assigned to desk duty after pulling over a black driver for not wearing his seatbelt and telling him, "This is how you guys get killed out here, man." The driver recorded what they're describing as a tense exchange in North Miami Beach on June 15th, and then he shared it to TikTok. He said he was on his way to work when the officer ordered him to stop his vehicle. He admitted to not wearing his seatbelt at the time of the traffic stop. And he started copying an attitude with the cop, and things got escalated. "You're not going to work," the Miami-Dade police officer tells the African-American driver. The driver says, "I'm going to work." "You're going to give me your driver's license, registration, and insurance," the cop then orders. "If not, you will not be going to work today." And then there's an automated voice that the driver added to TikTok when he uploaded this to TikTok. An automated TikTok voice can be heard saying, "Listen closely," before the cop says, "Simple thing, man. This is how you guys get killed out here, man." "What? Say that again? Say what you just said," the driver, the African-American driver, says in the video, before the police officer says, "My God, registration and insurance." The officer and the driver then get into a heated argument in which the driver can be heard shouting, "What do we get killed for?" before the cop slams his car door shut and walks away. "Make sure you stay over there," the police officer tells the African-American driver, who was by his car at the time, while checking his information on a police mobile data terminal. "Threatened to kill me," the driver says while filming himself. "What you got on me? What you got on me? You're going to be famous," he says to the cop. "You're going to be famous." He adds later in the video, "Look at him. Got nothing on me." That's not true. No seatbelt. No seatbelt. You get pulled over for no seatbelt. That's a crime in Florida. "Got nothing on me. Pulls me over. Threatens to shoot me. Threatening to kill me. We're going to court, man." He wasn't threatening to kill. What when I was in school, they would show us videos of how to react when you are stopped by a police officer. I remember one in particular when I was in the 8th grade, and I was in the 8th grade, like, I don't know, 1985-ish, 85, 84, 80, somewhere between 84 and 86, and they showed us this video, which was probably made in the 70s, and everyone was white, 2 white cops and a white guy, and it had to be made in the 70s because I remember the movie. It was a movie, actually on a film reel with a projector in the class, and the guy was wearing kind of like bell bottoms, and he was walking down the sidewalk. The cops come up to him because he looked like a hobo, young man, and he took off running, and he ran from the cops, and then the film stops, and then a voice comes on and says, "This is now resisting arrest. The officers have a right to shoot him now." It's true, and the teacher said, "Yeah, he does." And it was one of those what-if scenarios showing you what could happen if you don't do the right thing and what would happen if you did the right thing, you know. And we were taught to behave in a certain way when you were stopped by police officers. Our studio, before we were here in Boca, was in Coral Springs for many, many years. I was stopped so many times by the Coral Springs police. I was stopped 5 times in the course of a few months by both Coral Springs police and Fort Lauderdale police. I didn't get a single ticket. I didn't get a single ticket. And there was one time I talked about this at the time. I was speeding in a construction zone on my way to the radio studio in Coral Springs, and I got pulled over. And this was a long time ago when I used to live stream on Periscope, and I was live streaming on Periscope when I got pulled over, and you could see the sirens in the back. And my car's a 4-door, and I rolled down all the windows in the car. It was dark because it was about 5:30 in the morning. And when the police officer walked up on the car, he walked up on the passenger side, all 4 windows were down. And I did that because I wanted him to know that I was alone and everything was cool. And I even admitted, he says, you know why I pulled you over? And I said, yeah, I was going a little fast. I'm, on my way to work. And he took my license, ran it, and said, okay, just a warning. But he says, this is a construction zone. He says, if I was one of the motor officers, the motorcycle cops, you wouldn't be getting a warning. Then it wasn't, and I got pulled over in Coral Springs 4 times in the course of a couple months, didn't get 1 ticket. I was around that same time, I was at my mother's house. And I was leaving my mother's house, and I brought my mother home, dropped her off, and left. When I dropped my mom off, we set off the house alarm. And we turned it off, dropped her off, I left. I got 2 streets away. This is in Fort Lauderdale. I got 2 streets away from my mother's house. I got pulled over by 4 or 5 officers. And they pulled me over and they questioned me. What do you do? I told them everything. Okay, no problem. The reason and I know some people will say, oh, white privilege. White privilege. No, I behave like a responsible person and citizen and respectful to the officers when I'm pulled over. And I find it's not always the case, but I find if you behave like a respectable citizen, you don't get a ticket. It's not always true. There was this speed trap in Parkland with this one BSO officer that nabbed me once. You can be nice to this guy all day. He's like Roscoe P. Coltrane, this guy from the Dukes of Hazzard with his speed traps over there. But he's not there anymore. He's been transferred. But yeah. But if you behave like a decent person, things go smooth. When you get pulled over, if you start putting your cell phone recording the officer, if you start copying an attitude, if you're playing to the recording because you're going to upload it to TikTok and you want to go viral, you're going to run into trouble. So let me play this exchange. It's brief. It's less than a minute long. This is from TikTok. This is an African-American driver wearing no seatbelt, which is against the law in Florida. This is a Miami-Dade police officer in North Miami, Florida. And the police officer, of course, is white, and this is the exchange. This officer has been assigned to desk duty, and you know what? He's probably going to lose his job. Listen.
No, you're not going to work. I want to walk. You're going to give me your driver's license. Give me your driver's license.
See, now look at this. He is refusing to give him his driver's license, and he's telling the cop that he's going to leave. And can you imagine getting stopped and refusing to give your driver's license to the officer and then telling the officer you're going to leave? Are you kidding me?
No, you're not going to work.
I want to walk.
You're going to give me your driver's license. Give me your driver's license, registration, and insurance. If not, you will not be going to work today.
Listen closely.
Simple thing, man. This is how you guys get killed out here, man. Registration and insurance.
Say that again.
Okay, so now this is very interesting because with the police officer, of course, you guys, he's taking that as if the cop has said the N-word. But the police officer is right. You're resisting the officer. You're refusing to give him your driver's license, which you are required to do under Florida law. And he told the officer he was going to leave the scene. So he's escalating, and he's right. You escalate, this is how guys get shot. But of course, this guy's making it as if he's being threatened by the officer, and you guys, he thinks means the N-word.
No, you're not going to work.
I want to walk.
You're going to give me your driver's license. Give me your driver's license, registration, and insurance. If not, you will not be going to work today.
Listen closely.
Simple thing, man. This is how you guys get killed out here, man. Registration and insurance.
Say that again.
My God.
Say that again.
All you have to do.
Say what you just said.
Registration and insurance.
Did he just threaten
him? Want to give him to
Why
me?
would that kill? Why would that kill for? Kill me.
Make sure you stay over here.
Tell him to kill me. Yeah. What you got on me? What you got on me? Nah, you gonna be famous, though. You gonna be famous. Look at him. Got nothing on me. Pull me off, and planning to shoot me. Planning to kill me. We're going to court, man.
Wow. Cop's done. He's on desk duty. He's going to be fired probably. What are your thoughts on that? I want to hear your thoughts on that. Did the cop act appropriately? Did this driver act appropriately? He didn't threaten to kill him. He threatened to leave the scene when he was pulled over by a police officer. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with your calls after this.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting.
I mean, this is insane.
Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982.
This is insane.
We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors focusing on residential and commercial roofing.
Yeah, Kathy added a bunch of new emojis for the members, which I really like. I like this Hillary one.
15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles.
Oh man, it's unbelievable.
Shakes and slate tile systems. Call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
Do you suffer from neuropathy, back pain, shoulder pain, or osteoarthritis? Stop the suffering and stop.
What are members? Well, on YouTube, you can become a member to the channel, and it's $5 a month, and you get access to exclusive content, and like the emojis. I did a vlog over the weekend that is available only to members. You get a lot of access to things like that. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is John in Wellington. Good.
Hey, John. What's on your mind?
As far as that police officer is concerned, I think it's pretty clear that when he said this is how you guys die out here, I think he was referring to the lack of wearing a seatbelt. Anybody that's in an auto accident and is not wearing a seatbelt is almost sure to die.
I think he said shot, though. I think the officer said shot, or no, he said killed. This is how you guys get killed. Yeah, he said that's how you get killed. Yeah.
In other words, you weren't wearing a seatbelt. This is how all you drivers die out here. I think that was his point.
Well, I think you made a good argument there. I'm going to go with that. That's exactly right. If you were a police officer, would you pull over black people for traffic infractions? It's very risky.
I was a police officer. I was in the city in Broward for 15 years, but I got out in 2016 just as all this nonsense was beginning.
Oh.
I don't have an answer for you right now. I got out while the getting was good.
Yeah. It's very tough now.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I would not be a deputy or a police officer at this point in time. It doesn't pay. It's not worth it. And it's getting to the point where if you pull somebody over and you say good morning, they will say, well, what kind of a racist crack was that? I mean, you can't win.
Mm-hmm. Everything's racist.
Everything is racist. The sky is blue. That's racist.
Well, and part of the problem is because everyone has a high-definition 4K camera on their phone, and they want to go viral. They've got the cameras rolling, and they do triggering activities so they can catch something shocking on tape to upload.
Yes. And in the event that something shocking does occur, it should be brought to the attention of the proper authorities. But nothing bad happened in this particular.
Well, this guy refused to give his driver's license and was threatening to leave the scene.
I'm talking about the police officer.
Oh, the police officer did nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong. I think he showed great restraint because I would think that I would have cuffed the guy.
Absolutely.
All right, John in Wellington. Take care. Take care. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, yeah, hi. This is Jay from Boca. How you doing?
All right.
I just want to quickly say that I think the best thing that ever happened for the black community is the camera phones, and the camera system, and I think it's the worst for white America, because now we able to expose all the wrong that was always happening to our people.
Oh, okay. Our people. Oh, okay. So you're a separate people from the American people. Okay, so tell me, slow down. I want to hear I want to hear the African American experience. So tell me about the last time you were mistreated by a white police officer.
Sir, born in America with the wrong skin tone automatically put me in as a guilty before.
Okay, tell me the last time you were mistreated by a white police officer. Joe, new member, welcome.
I've been mistreated. I was a teenager when I first had...
Well, tell me about the last time. Tell me about the most recent incident where you were unfairly racially targeted by white cops.
Sir, probably several months ago, as a matter of fact.
Tell me the story.
Mistreated. And I got pulled over. I asked the officer what was the reason.
What were you pulled over for? You started to say for no reason, but then there's why were you pulled over?
Listen, sir. All I have to say is, I know you guys.
No, hold on a second. Hold on a second. You were pulled over by a racist white cop for no reason. You must have reported this.
It's amazing. For years, we have been crying out about how
Now slow down, Rodney King. Slow down, Rodney King. There is a racist police officer on the streets of America in South Florida. You're going to expose them. Let's get rid of this dirty cop. Come on.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you let me speak for
No. You said there's a racist cop pulling black people over for no reason here in South Florida. I want to know who it is so we can get this racist cop off the street. What department was it? What happened?
Sir, 80 to 90% of the police department are racist.
No. You said that a couple months ago you were pulled over. Excuse me. You said you were pulled over for driving while black by a racist cop. Are you covering up for the racist cop?
Okay, can you please not yell at me?
Well, I'm upset. You told me that there is a white police officer because you said, listen, stop talking and listen. Stop talking and listen. This is why I'm upset. If you're telling me the truth, right? There's a racist police officer who has a gun and a badge in a patrol car on the roads of South Florida, pulling black people over and jamming them up for no reason other than that the cops are racist, and you won't tell me who this racist cop is so we can get him off the streets.
Listen, man. It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter. Why are you covering up for a racist cop? Why are you letting a racist cop patrol the streets of Florida?
Okay, sir, the police unit, they're all gang members.
They're gang members. No. Why are you, excuse me, why are you allowing and covering up a racist cop on the streets of South Florida? I'm trying to get the racist cop off the streets. I want his gun and badge.
No, you don't.
Well, I do, but you won't tell me who he is. You're covering up.
You giving us you just told this story of how you've been pulled over
5 times.
We can't relate to that kind of story.
Yeah, but there's this, but why are you, excuse me, why are you protecting this racist cop?
Man, listen, man, please, miss me with that. I'm protecting this.
You won't do anything about it. I'm trying to do something, you won't do anything about it.
Cops are security for white people, and they target black.
Listen, the sheriff of Broward County is a black man. The Broward County sheriff is a black man. Let me tell you, he doesn't want racist white cops stopping black people because they're black. He'll do something about it.
And for that cop to tell that gentleman about, that's how you guys get killed, because it's...
No. People are getting killed because, I'll tell you why. You know why people are getting killed? Because guys like you are covering up for racists. You know what's scary about that caller? Do you know what's... thank you for your call. You know what's scary about Rodney King there? You know what's scary about him? He believed, until I confronted him, that he had been stopped by a cop for driving while black. It wasn't until I confronted him about it that he started to realize it didn't happen. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Hey, Jeff. Oh, my goodness. Rodney King there was You know. Yeah.
What about the next time a black African-American police officer pulls me over and I'm going to say, I'm white and you're pulling me over because I'm white. You're being a racist.
And threaten to leave the scene. Not give them your ID and threaten to leave.
Can you imagine if a white person did that to a black officer? He would protect himself and he'd be right to do so.
Yeah.
It's not about income.
You know, we've had two black liberals call the program today, talk about racist people, and refuse to expose the racist people. I'm starting to think that they're hallucinating or are liars.
White police officers shouldn't have to worry about what color someone is when they pull them over. If they're breaking the law or a traffic violation, they have the right to pull them over and give them a ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and I think that all police officers ought to get body cams. And I know it's going to cost a lot of money and run up their.
Yeah, and they need better cams than they have. They need some that don't bounce all over creation when they use them. You know, it's like watching the Blair Witch Project, watching these body cams.
It wouldn't matter how much the budget went up. This would end the people using their skin color to get out of tickets.
Oh, no. The race card's not going away. You know, this guy here in Miami that was pulled over and threatened to leave the scene and all of that, he just won the lottery, a settlement from the city. He's a victim of racial discrimination. Plus, his video's going viral on TikTok, and he's making money off that, too. He just won the lottery.
Yeah, and that's what's wrong in America, playing the victim card all the time.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I gotta run. Jeff from Maine, thank you for the call. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the top of the hour. I got to take our break. We'll be back.
This is the Talk of South Florida, 95.3, 96.9, AM 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live station.
Attention seniors.
Oh, my goodness.
Who protected you and your family from financial ruin? You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Workshop. Make sure you and your family are properly protected, even if you already have
Boy,
a trust.
that was some call.
Avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, and the IRS. Learn how to prevent running out of money before you run out of life, and learn how to avoid being forced.
Have you guys seen my tampon shortage video that I made yesterday? After the show, go check it out.
June 28th at 2 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray. Seating is limited, so reserve your seat for this free estate planning workshop. Call 1-855-FLA-ESTATE.
Oh, man.
That's 1-855-352-3782. 855-352.
Exactly. Wesley, $5 super chat. Thank you, Wesley. Good morning, Brian. The officer should file a massive civil rights lawsuit against the city and the driver that was violating traffic law. That's right, Wesley. Thank you for that super chat. Everyone, please thank Wesley for the super chat. Oh, Main Street Moments is my wife, Kathy. And you members, check out all those new emojis that Kathy made for you guys yesterday. I've almost blown my voice out talking to these liberals this morning. Got 2 hours to go.
Steve Kane Show. This is Scott from
Oh, man.
Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's
My neck seems stiff.
939-1500. 954-939-1500.
How do you determine that from looking at me?
Information and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
All right. Hour number 2.
The longest running radio show in Florida. On the air since 1977. This year celebrating 45 years on the air. Now, Steve Kane with Brian Craig.
All right, only one opening on our busy board. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Oh, man. We just had a caller before the top of the hour who says that there is a racist white police officer in South Florida who pulled him over for no reason other than that he is black and they would not tell us what department or the identity of this racist officer, our African-American caller, is actually covering up the racism by this officer and allowing a racist officer to patrol the streets of South Florida with a gun and a badge. If the story is true, of course. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Kathy Whisker from Oregon.
Oregon. Hey, how's it going, Oregon?
I'm doing just fine. Hey, I think the police was right. You know, if the guy's not going to obey and he's not going to give his license, he's going to take off. The police was in his right mind, and he was within his rights. And he really should put the guy under arrest.
Yeah.
Resisting arrest. You know, my father's dad was a policeman in Chicago. And my dad's father, when my dad was a little boy and a baby, my grandfather was shot and killed by a robber.
Oh, my.
And it took him a year before he finally passed away because there's no such thing as antibiotics or x-rays.
When was this? The Old West? I mean, when was he shot? Before antibiotics? He was shot like in the 30s?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was your father or grandfather?
That was my grandfather.
Oh, your grandfather. Oh, okay. Wow.
And it took him a long time. He finally developed peritonitis and gangrene and passed away.
Oh, my. Mm.
I have a lot of respect for the police. I even helped the police in Oregon by making blankets for disabled police.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice of you.
In the line of duty. So I think the police do a very good job trying to protect us.
Mm-hmm.
If the guy was going to disobey the law, he could and take off, not give the police his license. The guy who's doing that is a danger to society because he could be in the road and he could kill somebody.
That's right. Hey, listen. Thank you for your call. Oregon. Wow. Lost her grandfather in the 1930s. So, one opening on the board. Let me just replay the exchange. It's less than a minute long for people that are just tuning in. This is in North Miami Beach. A white police officer pulled over an African-American driver who filmed the officer, put it to TikTok. The officer has now been assigned to desk duty. He'll probably lose his job. The African-American driver was not wearing a seatbelt, which is illegal in Ron DeSantis' free Florida, and he refused to give his driver's license to the officer at first and threatened to leave the scene after he was pulled over. Here's the exchange. That electronic voice you hear in the background is a voice that the driver added when he uploaded it to TikTok.
No, you're not going to work. I want to walk. You're going to give me your driver's license. Give me your driver's license, registration, and insurance. If not, you will not be going to work today.
Listen closely.
Simple thing, man. This is how you guys get killed out here, man. Registration and
what?
insurance.
Say that again.
My God.
Say that again.
All you have to do.
Say what you just said.
Registration and insurance.
Did he just threaten
him?
Why would that kill? Why would that kill, folks? Hold on.
Make sure you stay over.
Tell him to kill me. Yeah. What you got on me? What you got on me? You're going to be famous, though. You're going to be famous. Look at him. Got nothing on me. Pull me over and threatening to shoot me. Threatening to kill me. We're going to court, man.
Wow. No, I agree with the caller in the one of the callers in the last hour who said that he was talking about the dangers of not wearing a seatbelt while driving. All right, our number toll free 1-888-GO Kane 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, this is Richie. You got me?
Richie the bus driver. Yes. Richie, as much as you call, you should be more up to speed. You're not a newbie.
I hear you cooking that, but
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell you,
I have the answer for all of this, and believe me when I tell you, my experience of driving all those years in the neighborhoods will tell you exactly what the problem is. Do you remember there was a black major that was driving up the highway in Florida? It was a big deal where he got out with the highway patrol. He was speeding. He got pulled over and started fighting with the police officers.
Mm-hmm.
Major.
Mm-hmm.
Major. The problem is slavery. The problem is the Democratic Party sticking it and Joy Reid of the world, telling the black community every day that the crackers hate them. And that's the bottom line. If you were to talk to an uneducated young black youth, he would be calling you a cracker.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. You heard? Did you hear Rodney King that called me up in the end of the last hour?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay. That guy, what that guy is, if he thought like you did, he would have given me some specifics, because he would think he's just a racist who hates white people, who uses the race card to have power over white people. That, these same thing with this guy on TikTok that I'm just sharing.
Brian, it's authority. In other words, I say slavery because basically they don't want any white person in a uniform or out of a uniform telling them what to do. They cannot stand that. They don't like authority. They don't have it in the house. The father's usually not there. So the mother is probably working 2-3 jobs, and they're raised by the streets. But there is a hatred out there.
Well, this incident is what happened. What was the lady police officer who thought she had a stun gun and pulled out a revolver and shot the guy dead at it? I've forgotten her name. Yeah, she went to prison. That was an incident just like this one. They pulled a guy over and routine traffic stop, and he had warrants and everything, and he resisted and tried to leave and got shot and killed. When you resist a police officer and threaten to leave the scene when you're pulled over, things get escalated. And that guy threatened to leave the scene with the cop outside of his vehicle.
But the root cause is always the same thing. When I'm going to the Democratic Party once again, when they start putting lesbians, there's gays, there's lesbians, there's Hispanics, there's Mexicans. They've got everybody in groups where they've got everybody at each other's throats, and that's how they get elected. And it all comes down, and the media steps all over this and loves this. This is a superstar for media. You've got a Supreme Court justice that just got threatened. His life was threatened. His whole family to kill him, and yet they don't report that. But they're going to report this incident with this cop pulling this black guy over, because it makes news. And
Dade County, Miami-Dade County is a Democrat county. This cop's done, and he's going to be out. They're going to get rid of him. They've already put him on a desk.
Yeah, I know. Hey, let me tell you this much. Miramar, and people don't know where Miramar is, the Jamaican community, black, very affluent community, decent community, very low crime. But if you go to Lauderhill and go up into Broward County, or off of Broward Boulevard, all black community, very high crime. It has to do with upbringing, economics, and a lot of.
That's right. All right, Richie, take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Jeff from Coral Springs.
Jeff from Coral Springs. What's up?
So, Brian, Tucker Carlson had a segment within the last 6 months that was very interesting. And since the George Floyd event, a lot of police are kind of apprehensive to even interact with African Americans.
Of course, yeah.
And especially if you're anywhere close to retirement. So anyways, the segment basically covered the amount of people that are dying in cars since that, and they found that there was a significant uptick of black males who have died in high-speed crashes. And a lot of the times they were crashes where it was only one car, their own car in it. So having this lack of engagement with police is going to make things easier.
Well, what I think what that segment sounds like it was about, I didn't see it, but like I said, white police officers are not stopping black drivers on traffic infractions because they're afraid they're going to get jammed up like this guy in Miami did.
So, and the thing that was unfortunate is it only had a year's worth of data, so you know you really can't say anything. But it was like a significant number, not homicide, accident deaths. Like it was like up like 500%. So even though it's a short period of time, something that rises 500% over like a 12.
You know, things happen. You know, there was an incident when this was about 15 or so years ago. I was on my way to the radio station, and my tire was low on air, and I pulled over at a gas station to get air in my tire. It was almost flat, and the gas station was closed, and all the lights were off, but I went there anyway because my tire was like almost on the rim. And I get up from the tire, there were 3 police officers and 3 cruisers pulled up on me. And they asked me what I was doing, and I told them what I was doing. Told them I was on my way to work, and they said, "Where do you work?" And I told them, and you know, and they said, "Well, you're back here looking to buy drugs?" I said, "No, I'm putting air in my tire." They said, "You know, why are you back here looking to buy drugs?" I said, "I'm putting air in my tire." They were yelling at me, by the way, and I kept calm. And the officer said, "You know, we can search your car. We can search your car. We can run your plates." And I told him, I said, "Please run my plates, you know, because I'm getting air in my tire. There's nothing wrong." And they were yelling at me. They was like, "You want me to run your plate?" I said, "Yes, please." And then I made, you know, I made the mistake of saying, you know, they said, "Well, what are you doing at this hour of the morning?" And I told them, "I work on the radio." I said, "I'm on the radio now. If you turn on the radio, you'll hear me talking." And they said, "Oh, you must be on drugs. You think you're on the radio right now?" Because of the overnight rebroadcast. And and they were screaming and yelling at me. Eventually let me go because I was calm, cool, and collected. And what I remember, there was a few years back, my wife, daughter, and I were staying in a hotel, and there was a knock on the door at 2 a.m. It was the police. This was a nice hotel, my wife and daughter. And I looked out the peephole. It said police. I looked out the peephole, and I couldn't see anything out. It was blocked. And they said, "Open the door, police." I said, "Well, I can't see you out the peephole of the hotel room door. I'm not opening the door up." So they got back. I saw they were cops. I opened the door. They said, "I smell marijuana in here. I want to come and search the room." I said, "There's no marijuana in here, officer. I'm here with my wife and daughter sleeping. You just woke me up." You know, white people encounter issues with police officers too, but if you handle yourself as a decent person, you don't get jammed up. This guy that threatened to leave the scene, I'm shocked he didn't get cuffed.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost the connection. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Ford from Tampa Bay.
Oh, hey, Ford, what's up?
Hey, so under the stop and frisk law, the police officer had probable cause to pull the driver over, which required the driver to produce an ID. He had to produce an ID under Florida law.
Yeah, he didn't have a seatbelt on, and he was refusing to give his driver's license, and he also was threatening to leave the scene.
Yeah, so the driver is an idiot then. I mean, if you're just walking down the street and a police officer tries to talk with you, and you don't want to talk to the officer, you say to the officer, "Am I being detained?" And if the officer says no, you say, "See you later, bye," and you walk away.
But this guy here, this officer, has already been assigned to desk duty.
Yeah, which is stupid, too. The guy's just doing his job.
I'd give him a promotion. I'd make him a sergeant if he's just a patrolman. This guy handled himself well, and this guy in the car with his TikTok video, he's going to get a settlement from the county for that. I'm telling you, he's going to get the cop's going to be fired. He's going to get a settlement.
Yeah, and the cop is just trying to send a message, try to save the life, because that kind of stuff that driver pulled makes everything escalate to violent acts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, just show me your dang ID and shut your mouth, man.
Yeah, that's what I do. I polite and show my driver's license.
Hands at 10 and 2. Yeah, yes, my ID's, my registration's in the glove box. Can I get it out of the glove box?
Mm-hmm. Well, usually when I get pulled over, by the time the cop gets to the car, I got all my windows down so they can see in, and I've got my driver's license, registration, and insurance in my hand already.
It's crazy. You know, I do got problems because I don't drive. Sometimes I walk around. I live in the hood right now. I get problems with walking while white because I'm a different face.
Oh, they think you're looking for what? When you get stopped for walking, they think you're looking for drugs or sex? What do they think?
Whatever. It's just because I'm a different color in the hood, so it's...
Yeah, so you're racially profiled.
Yes.
Stopped for walking while white.
Yeah.
That's 3 W's. Walking while white.
Yeah. All right, Brian.
All right, take care. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Hey, Doug.
I didn't know how it would end. Did this guy give his license finally?
He gave his license.
Well, you know, I can't believe that they would put this police officer on desk duty if they saw that video. Man, I mean, what the hell is going on with the management in police department?
Well, it's Miami, so it's probably Democrats.
Yeah, Democrats are and this guy, as you said, he's going to go.
I mean, North Miami Beach is not, Miami Beach and North Miami Beach is a Democrat area. Liberals.
That's for sure. You know, and everybody's on TikTok these days, and it's amazing that you can just do that, and a police officer can't stop it. It's just, I don't get it. You know, it seems like the lawlessness of the country is getting way too much. Like, why they're attacking a congressperson now?
Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, I think by now there's nothing worse than not making the decision. They should. The Supreme Court should make their decision, and it can't get any worse. It can only get better. Maybe I'm wrong, but
maybe you are. Hey, Doug. Take care, Conservative Doug. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi there. This is the Mask Lady.
Oh, hey, Louise, the Mask Lady. What's up?
Yes, I just wanted to say that my son was profiled in Palm Beach at one time. He was young. He's driving around in a little Isuzu looking at the beautiful homes and so on. He's pulled over and he said, "Officer, what did I do?" And he said, "Please, let me see your license, etc." And he said, "What are you doing?" The officer said to my son, "What are you doing riding around?" In other words, he was following him. He said, "I work in the area. I love to look at the beautiful homes." This was about 7 o'clock in the morning. And this is exactly what it was. I guess the policeman wanted to know why a kid in a little Isuzu was riding around these...
And I'm assuming your son's white.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's funny. He let him go, naturally, because my son didn't have any violation. He didn't do anything. But when my son told me about it, he said, "Boy, Mom, they're on the ball in Palm Beach." You know, the policeman wanted to know, why was this kid riding around?
It happens all the time. Yeah, white people get stopped by police. Liberal minorities think that if you're white and you're driving and a cop pulls up on you and they put on their lights, that all you have to do is roll up your sleeve and put your arm out the window, and they see the white skin and they turn the lights off and let you go. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. But you never hear about things like that.
Are you still wearing the mask all the time?
Oh, yes, I do, in my center.
Yeah. You wear 2 masks?
Yeah, because I have a very comfortable one.
You must, because this has been a couple years now here in Florida. Do you have a tan line on your face from wearing the masks all the time?
No, because...
Are you sure you don't have a tan line on your face?
Oh, because outdoors I don't wear it. And I'm inside with people,
What about when you're in your car? Do you wear it in your car?
No, I don't wear it outside either.
A friend of mine, a couple weeks ago, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to embarrass them, but they were in the parking lot at the radio station. They were in the car by themselves wearing a mask. They got out of the car and wearing the mask by themselves, walking down the sidewalk in front of the radio station. And I said to them, what do you think? You're going to give yourself COVID? Why are you wearing the mask in the car by yourself, man?
I thought of what you said about people in the car. The only time I'll do that, let's say I come from one store and I'm running into a bank, and I don't feel like taking it off, putting it on, so I may keep it on because I'm doing the next stop.
I'm not. You need to check that tan line though. You might get it's kind of like it's the new bikini line. All right, take care. Thanks for the call, Louise the Mask Lady. Callers on hold, stand by. My name's Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Flow Rida's longest running radio show. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Scott from Cut by Kilowatts. If you call or text me on my cell phone.
Steve Kane Show. Steve, yeah, hold on.
Additional $500 on over 2,000 square feet of radium barrier, an additional $1,000 off on 4,000 square feet of radium barrier. Call or text me now, 954-939-1500. That's 954-939-1500. Or you can find me on the web at cutmykilowatts.com.
Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to any lab test now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results right away, so I went to any lab test now in Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stay in line for 2 hours and have a swab stuck down my nose into my brain. It was very pleasant. I made an appointment. They got me in within the hour. I was out of there within 20 minutes. Thank goodness the test was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow. They also tested me for the antibodies, and I haven't been exposed. So do what I did. Go over to any lab test now at Coral Springs. They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them we sent you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, we're back. I got one more cop story, and then I'll get back to the politics. But let me replay the stop in Miami first. And I got one more cop story. Then I'm going to move on to some political stories. But you're welcome to call in about the police. So this is the white police officer in North Miami pulling over an African-American driver who was not wearing a seatbelt, which is illegal. He refused to give his driver's license to the officer and threatened to leave the scene. The officer has been punished. He is now on desk duty pending investigation.
No, you're not going to work.
I'm going to walk.
You're going to give me your driver's license. Give me your driver's license, registration, and insurance. If not, you will not be going to work today.
Listen closely.
Simple thing, man. This is how you guys get killed out here, man. Registration and
What?
insurance.
Say that again.
My God.
Say that again.
All you have to do.
Say what you just said.
Registration and insurance.
Did he just threaten
You want to
him?
give him
Why we
to
got
No.
killed? Why we got killed for? Tell me.
Just make sure you stay over.
Tell him to kill me. Yeah. What you got on me? What you got on me? Nah, you gonna be famous, though. You gonna be famous. Look at him. Got nothing on me. Pull me over and threatening to shoot me. Threatening to kill me. We're going to court, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the latest Florida lottery winner. He's going to get a settlement from the county. Okay, now, just one last police story here. This one, I'm sorry the audio's not better, but I got to play it anyway. I did tweet this. You can see the whole video. This is a police officer. I feel so sorry for you. I've not been back home to Columbus in many, many years. But Columbus is not the same town that it used to be, friends. This is a police officer. He's in full police uniform, and my grandfather was a police officer in Columbus, Ohio for 30 years, retired in the 1970s, and they still have the same police uniform because he's got the same uniform and badge my grandfather had back in the 70s, I remember. This is a police officer in full uniform, gun, and badge. He is the City of Columbus's pride officer, gay pride officer. And he's showing off his new police cruiser. Excuse me, guys. I was yelling at these callers earlier and I threw my voice out. He's showing his new Pride police cruiser that is covered in rainbow flags. And also, there's a gay flag you see on the back of cars all the time. It's a blue flag with 2 horizontal yellow lines in it. That's a gay organization. A lot of people think when they see that blue flag sticker on the back of a car with the 2 yellow lines, they think that they're like divers or something. I mean, scuba diving, no, it means they're gay. So he's showing off, this is the Pride officer for the City of Columbus Police Department, showing off his Pride cruiser that has decals and paint jobs all over it of gay rainbow flags. And, oh boy.
Hi, I'm Officer Lutz with the Columbus Division of Police. I'm your LGBTQIA plus liaison officer.
Wait, he's the LG... Hold on, is it?
Hi, I'm Officer Lutz with the Columbus Division of Police. I'm your LGBTQIA...
Okay, I am your LGBTQIA liaison officer. I don't know what all those letters mean. I think the I is intersexed.
Hi, I'm Officer Lutz with the Columbus Division of Police. I'm your LGBTQIA plus liaison officer. And we're unveiling right now our Pride Cruiser for the month of June.
Okay, and he unveils the Pride Cruiser, which I can't show you on the radio. And he takes the camera and he goes around the Pride Cruiser. And when I was a kid, my grandfather, he was a police sergeant in Columbus, Ohio, and he used to drive me around in the cruiser. When he was off duty, we would drive around and he'd pretend like we were on patrol, you know? And he'd let me turn the sirens on. Let me tell you something. Grandpa would not have been able to get me in the Pride Cruiser. You would have to put me in cuffs and throw me in the back to get me to ride in that Pride Cruiser covered in rainbow flags. If my grandpa was driving around in that cruiser, I would have been embarrassed that he was my grandfather. I wonder if the back seat in the Pride Cruiser, where they put the bad guys when they arrest them, I wonder if it's like fur-lined back there. I don't know what they got going on back there. But that is just so bizarre.
I'm Officer Lutz with the Columbus Division of Police. I'm your LGBTQIA plus liaison officer. And we're unveiling right now our Pride Cruiser for the month of June.
Yay! Our Pride Cruiser for the month of June! Oh my goodness. What the hell has happened to our police? What has happened to my hometown? You're on the radio. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Gloria. I'm calling from Virginia Beach.
Hey. All right. Virginia Beach, Virginia. You're on the air. Oh, man.
I just want to talk about the police officer.
Yes.
I feel like it's time for the police officers to start picking up the gauntlet. And I think that he should get a lawyer right now and go after that guy for defamation of character because of putting that video on TikTok about him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty scary, isn't it?
It's very, very scary. And I really feel bad for the police officers here in Virginia Beach. We have a great, we don't have a lot of that here, but you hear about it everywhere.
Do you have, I just played that audio while you were on hold. Do you have an LGBTQAI gay Pride Cruiser driving around your neighborhood in Virginia Beach, Virginia?
No, I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, well, go to Columbus, Ohio. Oh, my goodness. You should see the video of the car. And they're showing off like it's a big deal, like they're proud.
It's just really a sad, sad day.
Yeah. Hey, take care, Virginia Beach, Virginia. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. Can we get everybody to smash that?
Oh, yeah.
From Wisconsin.
Rome, Wisconsin, from YouTube. Oh, man. Hey, in Wisconsin, do you have? Well, I don't even know if you have black people in Wisconsin, but do you have any LGBTAI liaison officers in gay pride police cars driving around?
Yes.
I wonder what noise it makes on the Pride Cruiser when you put the sirens on. Does it play like Barry Manilow or Elton John when you put the sirens on? I don't know.
Well, we haven't attended any of those events, so I can't tell you what the sirens sound like, but I have an update with, how my husband...
Oh, yeah, now, when we last heard from Rome, Wisconsin on the phone, her husband's employer was requiring her husband to march in a gay pride parade in Wisconsin if he wanted to get a raise. So what happened?
So a new email came out where he must now attend the gay pride flag raising ceremony.
Get at it. Come, Rome, you're making that up.
I'm not. Do you want to hear the whole email?
Yeah, I do. This is crazy. Yes.
Okay. June is Pride Month, honoring the many contributions of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer individuals. To recognize this month and demonstrate our support to this community, our plans, along with other major locations across the country, will be raising a pride flag on our premise. Join company leaders, members of the Pride Business Resource Group, BRG, and insert company name here, allies, as we raise our flag on Tuesday, June 28th at 12:15 p.m. During the flag-raising Pride BRG, representatives will say a few words about the importance of Pride Month and the significance of the month for insert company name here. I invite all those who are able to attend to join the event and meet in the atrium. We will be taking a group photo with the flag before the raising. So right there, my husband told his boss he wasn't going to be attending and he's not having his picture taken with the flag. And the boss told him, "You will be there." And then my husband said, "Oh, I'm taking a vacation day that day." And then the email goes on. And inside, insert company name here, story, recapping these events across the country through photos and videos will be released in the days following the event. So everybody's picture is going to be probably in the Milwaukee Journal.
Wow.
And different magazines and stuff.
So if your husband were to... By the way, what kind of company does your husband work for? It sounds like a ballet company.
It just might be a ballet company. I think they've...
Yeah, you know. So if he's in the newspaper and everything, everyone will think that he's like gay.
And that's exactly what he said. He says, "I am not taking any part of this. The Bible does not even recognize this. I'm not doing this." And his boss got so mad at him. He and my husband put in the paperwork. He is taking off June 28th. It's going to be a vacation day for him. He's not.
Well, I got to tell you, they're going to fire your husband at some point, and you really should seek out in Wisconsin an employment discrimination attorney and do some talking, because what they're doing is a violation of your husband's religious rights, no doubt about it. Because his objection to doing such things, I understand it. I wouldn't want people for me to take a picture holding up a gay pride flag either. I went to high school here in South Florida. All the people that I went to high school with that I haven't heard from, they're like, "Oh, there's Brian. Yeah, I didn't know he was gay back in high school."
That's exactly. He's not participating.
My high school girlfriends will be like, "Oh my gosh."
Right.
Now they're like only a couple steps away from, like, they're trying to turn your husband gay.
I have another email, but I'll tell you about that a different day. They're actually supporting.
No, but listen. I'm serious. You really need to find, because you need to find an employment discrimination attorney and do a consultation, because and start documenting this. Keep all the memos and everything, because they're gunning for your husband. The tolerant left just cannot tolerate those who disagree with them. This is very bizarre. What type of business is this, though? I know I don't want the company name, but what type of business? Seriously.
If I say what type of business, like anybody,
Oh, they'll know, because of Wisconsin, they'll know.
yeah, it'll be known. They're big. They're very big, and so as soon as I say what they do, everybody.
I've never heard of anything like this before. I really have not heard anything like this before.
Place you wanted to work for, this was a great place, and they've just gone woke, and it's ridiculous. And every time something happens, I tell him, send me that email. So some of the emails he can send, and some of them he actually takes pictures of.
Yeah, and get a file together, and I'm serious as a heart attack. Seek out a local employment discrimination attorney. You've got to start doing some documenting and everything, because this is just bizarre.
Sorry, yeah, I'll tell him.
All right, hey, listen, Rome, Wisconsin. I got to run, but thanks for the call. All right, take care. All right. We'll take our break and be back.
Hey, this is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. If you call or text me on my cell phone, I will analyze your home and your FPL bill over the phone, and I can quote you on insulation, ducts, and radiant barrier. Call me now, and I'll show you how to save up to 30 to 40% on your electric bill this month and for every month from here till eternity. 954-939-1500. That's 954-939-1500. Call now, get up to 50% off, and receive an additional $500 on over 2,000 square feet of radiant barrier, an additional $1,000 off on 4,000 square feet of radiant barrier. Call or text me now, 954-939-1500. That's 954-939-1500. Or you can find me on the web at cutmykilowatts.com.
This is John from Lighthouse Medical Center, CFO and Director of Neuropathy. We want to welcome you to Lighthouse Medical Center this year. It's our 75th anniversary, and we've been able to help a lot of patients. We want to be able to help you with your neuropathy issues as well. You have numbness, burning, pain, tingling, lack of sleep, or balance
Steve
issues.
Kane Show.
Please come see us.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
The quality improved in their life, and being able to help them and their family has been a blessing to us and a blessing to them, and we look forward to doing that for the next 75 years. We don't just treat neuropathy at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have a specialized knee pain program with non-surgical solutions for bone-on-bone and knee pain issues. We also treat chronic back pain, ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder pain. Call for a free consultation with us today. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642.
Attention seniors, have you protected you
Oh,
and your
man.
family from financial ruin? You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's free.
I'm really serious about that, Rome, Wisconsin. They're gunning for your husband.
Even if you already have a trust. Learn how to avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, and the IRS. Learn how to prevent running out of money before you run out of life, and learn how to avoid being forced to spend down your assets. You will also learn how to avoid nursing home seizure of your assets. This free living trust workshop with Attorney Barry Siegel is Tuesday, June 28th at 2 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray. Seating is limited, so reserve your seat for this free estate planning workshop. Call 1-855-FLA-ESTATE. That's 1-855-352-3782. 855-352-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
Good morning, Andrea from Pennsylvania. You're on the radio. What's up?
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing all right. A lot of craziness going on.
Oh, my goodness. I heard all those liberal lunatics. My goodness. What are they so upset about?
Well, they're losing. They're losing. That's what they're upset about.
The guys in the White House, gas is at an all-time high, inflation.
Yeah, and Biden's got a great solution. He is going to have a tax holiday on the federal gas tax. He's going to give us all 18 cents. You know, how much crack would 18 cents buy Hunter? What the hell do you buy with 18 cents?
I don't know, Brian, because I don't do that type of thing.
Yeah.
I do have a little piece of advice for Miss Rome, Wisconsin, and her husband's employer. So when she's compiling this, my suggestion to her is to sue the company secondary, but sue his boss personally. That's how this ends.
Yeah.
Because if you go directly when the company...
You know, there's another, she's had 3 incidents with this one that I know of, that Rome, Wisconsin has shared about her husband at work, right? The one she just called about, that they're making him take part in a pride flag raising ceremony, which will require photographs that'll be in the local news. Last time we talked to her, they made him, told him that if he wanted a raise, he had to march in a gay pride parade. And then months ago, they required him, under penalty of being fired, to go to the company Christmas party, and he got COVID. Didn't want to go because of COVID, and they sent him there and he got the COVID. I mean, he's really dealing with an out-of-control gay boss who obviously is a heterophobe and also hates Christians.
Well, that's why she should sue the company secondary and sue the boss personally, because the boss right now will just be covered under the company's legal team, right? The company has a fantastic legal team. But if you sue him personally and really nail him to the cross, all of this will end. When he starts losing his own private, personal assets, you will see how quick.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's really crazy, these leftists. All right, Andrea. Thanks for the call. One last story that's out of the realm of Washington politics, then we'll break, and I'll get back into the Washington politics. There's Bill Cosby. Did you see this story? Bill Cosby's back in the news. Bill Cosby victim celebrates with Roe v. Wade attorney Gloria Allred outside court after a comedian was found guilty of sexually assaulting her at the Playboy Mansion in 1975 when she was 16. Bill Cosby was found guilty of sexually assaulting Judy Huth, then 16, in 1975. A Los Angeles jury delivered the verdict Tuesday, awarded her $500,000. The jury determined Bill Cosby intentionally caused harmful sexual contact with her. His conduct was driven by abnormal sexual interest in a minor. Cosby, now 84, has denied having any sexual contact with her, now age 64. She celebrated the victory alongside her attorneys, including famed lawyer Gloria Allred, who said the civil case would open up new venues for justice. Okay. Do not misunderstand what I am about to say. Bill Cosby is a creep. Okay? And he has drugged women and raped them and has done this his entire life. Okay? And he is a lowlife sexual predator, Bill Cosby. There's a very interesting podcast about this. I can't remember the name of it. Something Cosby, where they detailed his entire life history of drugging women and raping them. And they interviewed victims, and it was just insane. He's a bad dude. But here's where I got a problem with this, and I read a couple of stories about this morning. I don't know if Bill Cosby knew she was 16 years old or not. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He claimed he didn't have sex with her. I don't know how they proved it. I guess women should be believed no matter what in California still. I don't know how you prove whether or not he had sex with a woman in 1975. But she was 16. How the hell was a 16-year-old girl at the Playboy Mansion? Where is the responsibility of this girl's parents? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. When my daughter was 16 years old, I knew where she was all the time. All the time. She wasn't anywhere that I didn't know. Not just 16, other ages too. Okay? Where is the responsibility of this, well, she's a 64-year-old lady now. I guess she's now got her Cosby retirement plan, her 401 Cosby plan. Where are her mother and father? How the hell is a girl at the age of 16 at the Playboy Mansion? Don't you think her parents have some responsibility in her being at the Playboy Mansion when she was 16? What the hell? What the hell? This is insane. Bill Cosby, if this is true, and I have no reason not to believe it, because he's a sleazy slime bag guy, with all the Quaalude stories and all of this. So I'm not defending Bill Cosby at all, because he's everything they say he is. He's a low life. I mean, he's a low life. But there's no way in hell, my daughter still today, she'll bring it up from time to time that my wife and I, we kept too close tabs on her. Wouldn't let her go here, wouldn't let her go there. Well, I used to be 16. And when I was 16, I was around 16-year-old girls, and I know what 16-year-old boys are like. Well, maybe not today, because no one seems to be heterosexual anymore. They got all these genders. I don't know, it's very confusing. But it seems to me, I don't know, if I were on this jury, I'd have some serious questions I'd want asked. And I'd want to know, how is a 16-year-old child at the Playboy Mansion in 1975, and where the hell is her mother and father? Where were they? They may no longer be with us because she's an old lady now. But this is, come on. Come on. There's a lot of parental responsibility involved in this. But of course, they don't get into that. Mom and Dad probably aren't alive anymore, and if they are, they don't have the deep pockets that Bill Cosby has. Yeah. All right. Let's take our last break of the hour. We'll be back. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
Brian Craig here. You've heard us talk about the great low prices Friendly Tire has on new tires and used tires. They also do tire repairs. Listen to one of our listeners talk about their experience at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hey Brian, my name is Mike. Just wanted to call and say thank you. I had a problem with my car. I had a flat tire. It was going down really quick. I'm in Coral Springs. I had to go somewhere close by. They couldn't really fix it. So I remember you guys are talking about Friendly Mike at Friendly Tires. So I said, listen, Mike, I need a couple of tires. I told him my size. He goes, I got them. I go, I'll see you tomorrow. They were really cheap. I go over there, and Mike said, which tires do you want to replace? They look relatively new. I said, they are. I just got a big hole in that one. And they said they couldn't be fixed. He goes, pull your vehicle in. I pulled the vehicle in. He took the tire off. He pulled out the plug that the guy in Coral Springs put in there. And he
Chasing Cosby. That's it. Yes.
Or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. And he goes,
Man.
you don't need any tires. He goes,
Chasing Cosby. That's it.
$20. But the guy in Coral Springs wanted $500 for 2 tires. I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Give Mike at Friendly Tire a call right now. We'll give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Don't waste time going anywhere else. You will never find prices as low as Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hi, this is Lori Kane, and I want to talk to you about Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. I just love Dr. Gupta. I've been seeing him for around 3 years. He always has time for me. He never does unnecessary work, and his prices are very affordable. And if you need implants, go see him because he has the best prices around. Let me give you the number. Write it down. It's 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633, BrightonDentalCare.com. He's just the best.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
Oh, man. I was talking earlier. I did an investigative report yesterday that I uploaded to YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you can see this. I did an investigative video yesterday. It's on my YouTube channel. I went out looking for tampons yesterday to find out whether or not the tampon shortage is real or fake news. And I did a video about 6 weeks ago on the baby formula shortage, and I went to the same stores for the tampon video yesterday that I went to for the baby formula shortage. I went to Walmart, the same 3 locations too. I went to the Walmart, Publix, and Target, and the tampon shortage is very, very real. Go check out my video. But when you watch the video, I made a point. Even though I went to Walmart, I didn't buy anything. And I didn't buy anything because they have canceled Mike Lindell. I got a call at the beginning of the show from Mike in Louisiana, who's a good guy and a good caller. He just got his My Pillow bathrobe, which is 30% off with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. He's got the slippers too. And he bought the bathrobe to support Mike Lindell. Let me tell you, these evil forces of the left are trying to put Mike Lindell out of business. And they got him out of all these retailers and the home shopping networks in the USA and Canada, and it still didn't do it. So they twisted the arms of Walmart, and Walmart no longer will carry My Pillow products. This is a big financial blow. Tens of millions of dollars a year in sales to My Pillow go through Walmart. They're gone worldwide. And this is a big, big, big hit to My Pillow. The only thing that's going to keep our great Mike Lindell going are people like you going to mypillow.com and buying these great products. I just talk about the bathrobe because Mike from Louisiana was raving about his earlier. I've had my My Pillow bathrobe for over a year. Mike got the same one I have, the gray one. High quality. Everything Mike Lindell makes is high quality. These bathrobes are like the quality of robes we have on our Steve Kane MAGA cruise we do every year on the celebrity cruise ships, which is a luxury cruise line. They're beautiful, they're comfortable, they're soft, they're well made and high quality. I've had it over a year. Every time I wash and dry it, it looks like new, just like the day I got it. It's unbelievable. 30% off the My Pillow bathrobe with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE. Take advantage of all the other specials there too and support Mike Lindell. I want to recap something I started the show with at 6, and then after the top I'll branch out into some other issues. The Democrats are waging a reign of fear and violence nationwide, right? 19 pro-life pregnancy centers have been attacked, sometimes with arson and Molotov cocktails, by these pro-abortionists. A Democrat traveled from one end of the North American continent to the other, from California to D.C., in an attempt to assassinate Justice Kavanaugh and his entire family over the Roe decision that's coming down. You've seen it. Even after the Kavanaugh incident, these pro-abortion activists are illegally protesting in front of the homes of Amy Coney Barrett and others. We had the Juneteenth Capitol breach when the Colbert 7 from the Stephen Colbert show on CBS had a Capitol breach, banging at night on the doors of Republican members of Congress like Jim Jordan and Kevin McCarthy. The Colbert 7 searching the hallways of the congressional office building, searching for Lauren Boebert. So we got 7, at least 6 of them are men. One might have been a woman, and they're searching for a female in the halls of the office building at night. There's a reign of terror, a reign of fear. Jane's Revenge is threatening all kinds of violence right now on pro-life people nationwide. And there's a reign of violence going on. The latest, Marjorie Taylor Greene, her office has been repeatedly vandalized by a person who has now been identified as the chief of staff for a Democrat who is a current sitting member of the United States House of Representatives. Total media cover-up on this. Marjorie Taylor Greene took to the floor of Congress yesterday and named the individual who has been vandalizing her office.
In order to have a justice system that is fair and good and one that the American people can prosecute him. They want a justice system that prosecutes crime just because it's a crime, not based on a political party, not based on does it match up with the ideas or policies they agree with, or the president that's in the White House, or whoever's Speaker of the House, or whoever's in leadership. It should matter that it's a crime, and they should prosecute these crimes. But unfortunately, that's not happening. So I did find out who this person is, and it's reported in the news. I did find out that it's Representative Jake Auchincloss, Chief of Staff. His Chief of Staff is the person that has been consistently attacking the sign, targeting me, harassing me. This is a Chief of Staff. This isn't like a low-level staffer. This isn't an intern. This is a Chief of Staff that's had quite a career here, working in this institution, who knows better. As a matter of fact, he fully believes that you shouldn't harass anyone over their religion or their gender or their sex or any of these things. He definitely believes in hate crimes because previously, when he worked in another member's office, when he was Chief of Staff in that office, there was a man that yanked down their pride flag outside their office, yanked it down and mistreated it. Well, Tim Hysom, the Chief of Staff at Jake Auchincloss's office, who has been targeting, harassing me, was so offended at that action that he and the other staff chased that man down the hall. They wanted the Capitol Police to arrest him and prosecute him. They wanted him prosecuted, but yet Tim Hysom, Chief of Staff for Jake Auchincloss, feels he's completely above the law, and he feels and says that my sign saying there's only two genders, male and female, he says it's a statement of hate, and therefore he's entitled to attacking me for it.
Wow, there you have it. So we have that's a Democrat Chief of Staff. This Auchincloss, however you say his name, is from Massachusetts. He has repeatedly vandalized Marjorie Taylor Greene's office. She now got him on video doing it. We have the Colbert 7 searching the halls of that office building for Lauren Boebert. So we have two female, high-profile sitting members of the United States House of Representatives who are being targeted by men on the left because they're MAGA. Where's the outrage? Where's Gloria Allred on that? 1 hour to go. We'll take our break for the top of the hour. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Callers on hold, stand by. We'll get to our calls after the break.
This is the talk of South Florida, 95.3, 96.9, AM 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG Live station.
Attention seniors and those who care.
Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. You got it. This is it. Okay, hold on. This guy on hold wants to talk to Brian.
Golden Guardians.
I guess that's me.
I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires.
1 hour to go. We'll take
No, I just checked. We're still on iHeartRadio, by the way. I saw somebody had asked about iHeart. No. We're still on iHeart. I just pulled up iHeartRadio just now. No, so there's iHeart. We're still on iHeart, and it is working. No. WWNN still exists, and the call letters are the same. But and iHeartRadio is working.
family from financial ruin? You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Workshop. Make sure you and your family are properly protected, even if you already have a trust. Learn how to avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, and the IRS. Learn how to prevent running out of money before you run out of life, and learn how to avoid being forced to spend down your assets. You will also learn how to avoid nursing home seizure of your assets. This free Living Trust Workshop with Attorney Barry Siegel is Tuesday, June 28th at 2 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray. Seating is limited, so reserve your seat for this free estate planning workshop. Call 1-855-FLA-ESTATE. That's 1-855-352-3782. 855-352-3782.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, the longest-running radio show in Florida, on the air since 1977. This year celebrating 45 years on the air. Now, Steve Kane with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, and joined by, of course, Steve Kane. Hey, Steve.
Very good morning to you.
Oh, man, I tell you, lots going on, lots happening. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike in Aventura.
Mike in Aventura. What's up, Mike?
What's up?
Okay, I was listening to your show about the gender thing a few weeks ago, and okay, I don't understand that. Xavier who get rid of a regular name and go Vivian.
Yeah.
Understand why people want to do that. I mean, I'm a happy person. I'm a person that tries to be happy, and I like to rock and roll and have fun. By the way, I understand you guys are changing format.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on in the world today. People don't know how to have fun anymore.
No, just a comment on a couple things you said. Steve and I aren't going anywhere. We'll still be here. Sorry to tell some of you out there, but yes.
Enjoy your show.
Well, that's good. Yeah, no, starting actually, it's going to be on July 4th. Steve and I are working on July 4th this year because of that. There is a format change coming to the station, but the Steve Kane Show will remain.
Okay.
You don't sound excited. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry to give you the good news. All right. Well, we got a lot going on today, Stevie. Oh man, I don't know how long you've been listening, but oh man, I tell you, I had some callers earlier in the show who well, let me bring up some new stuff before we do any recapping. We'll do some recapping in just a little bit. I don't have much reaction to yesterday's results. Trump won some and didn't win others, but I do understand that every race was won by a Republican. So that sounds good. Right? You know?
Well, even though some of them were Republican primary.
Well, they were Republican primaries, which means everyone who won was a Republican. So that's good news. We had 100% Republican victories last night, wherever the races were. So that's good. So that's how can we be up? We're supposed to be. This is what they want you to do. They want you to be upset that we had 100% Republican victories last night. That ain't gonna happen. Yeah, but no. Listen, Trump's not going to win every race of someone he endorses, but he has a. I don't know. Did Babe Ruth and all those guys, Steve? Did they win every game?
No.
Really?
They did not.
Yeah, because Donald Trump. I don't know what the latest count. I lost count when he broke 100. But Donald Trump has well over 100 primary victories now. Just a handful of endorsements that did not win. He now holds the world record that I don't think will ever be broken, except perhaps by himself in the future. But he is made a new world record on primary victory endorsements. And they want you to think that if Babe Ruth loses one game, that Babe Ruth is a loser, and I don't think that's how things are. I don't follow baseball too much, but I think even probably was every hit a home run too, maybe, I don't know, but if
lose on occasion.
Really, they do. Yeah.
One of those occasions.
Yeah. Oh. If you hear the phone ring, we'll know Steve lost. That'll be the bookie calling the collect. Steve's been gambling so long. This is true. Steve's bookie is the son of his previous bookie who died of old age. So,
Under tragic...
Oh, I forgot. Yes, he did die in a tragic accident. I forgot about that. Well, but anyway, his bookie is the son of his previous bookie who died in a drowning accident. But no, I mean, Donald Trump's got like a rock star. I mean, he has more primary victories than anyone else has ever had through endorsements. And no, and I've never heard the media portray someone who has so many victories as a loser. They get one loss. And it's like stop the presses, the breaking news sounders come on, or are the voters turning against Trump? Is it time to move on from Trump? He's only won 138 races and he's lost 12, I don't know, whatever the number is. If anybody has the breakdown of Trump primary victories and losses during this primary season, I'd like to hear it. Yeah. I'd like to hear it because I have really truly lost track of the count, and I went to President Trump's account. Let me check and see, maybe he's updated it. But before I went on the air today, I went on his Truth Social account, and he did not have his victory versus loss numbers updated yet. Let me check, because he does do that. Let's see here. Nope, he does not have... okay, he does have one on Alabama, okay? He says, with the great Alabama win, this is on President Trump's Twitter, real Donald Trump. I'm sorry, on Truth. He's not on Twitter. He's still banned. This is on President Trump on Truth Social. With the great Alabama win by Katie Britt, I am pleased to announce that we, MAGA, are 12 wins and 0 losses in the U.S. Senate primary races this cycle. So that's amazing. So he has not lost a single Senate primary endorsement. He is 12-0. I mean, that's pretty darn good. Yeah. So I don't know where they're. That means that if they go on to win the general election, those are MAGA senators we have, which is what we want, right? MAGA senators, not Romneys. Yeah. All right. Our number is toll free 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You know who it is.
I have no idea who it is. I just answered the phone, and you haven't said anything. What's your name, and where are you calling from? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I after he said the end, I figured out who it was. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Bill at Field Beach. Good morning.
Hey, Bill.
There happens to... The reason that there's a shortage of maxi pairs and Tampax is the government's fault, because there's a shortage of cotton. I'm a retired executive in the textile business. Years ago, there was an abundance of cotton, and the government paid the farmers not to grow cotton. And I'm sure they still have getting the subsidy from the government. And that's the reason
Well, yesterday when I traveled around and investigated whether or not the tampon shortage is real or not, it is real. No, it's true. This is true, Steve. Yesterday afternoon, I said to my wife, I said, I'll be back in a little bit. She says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to go search for tampons. No, not my tampons. I said, I'm going to go search for tampons. She said, what are you talking about? And I said, well, I'm going to make a YouTube video, find out if there is truly a tampon shortage. Well, whose fault is that?
That's the government's fault.
Well, more specifically,
farmers not to grow cotton.
Wow.
Saying farmers not to grow cotton.
Mm-hmm.
The price level.
Well, maybe. Oh, okay. So there's a cotton shortage. Yes, I do know that.
Biden ought to lift those subsidies and start having our farmers grow cotton again, because they're not. There is no.
Well, I don't know. While there was a shortage of tampons, I did not look to see where they are made. Are tampons made in America, or are they made like in China?
I don't know, but I know one thing: the basic product that is used to make tampons and maxi pads is cotton.
Okay, I know. Okay, you said that 4 or 5 times. This guy's obsessed with cotton. I think he's calling us from Terra. Or is it 12 Oaks? I don't know. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Al, it's all right. We got disconnected because my bad phone connection.
Oh, you're like Biden. Nothing's your fault. Biden falls off. Biden's on the bike. He falls off. Well, let's let it get started first. Let's see what he's got.
It was searching with tampons. That's funny.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you had Al, let me tell you, if you had women in your life, you'd be concerned about tampons too. But since you don't have women in your life, tampons are not an issue.
Oh, okay. All right. Steve, what's your opinion on the testimony of Raffensperger and Rusty Bowers?
Who's he talking about? What's the
issue?
They sound like baseball players.
Rusty Bowers is the guy that testified before Congress.
Oh, we don't care. We don't care about the January 6 hearings. Did you watch the hearings yesterday, Al?
Yeah, I watched the hearings.
Really? They were on in the middle of the day. How does a working age man sit in front of the television watching hearings all day?
Because I make money off it.
Because you don't have a job?
No, I have a job.
Really? You work on the internet? What do you got? What do you have? You have an OnlyFans page or something? Oh my goodness! No.
You were never a good caller, but you're getting progressively worse.
Yeah.
Do you think about what you're going to discuss before you go on the air?
Yeah. Are you in favor of?
Yes, we're in favor of Trump. Correct. We are in favor of Trump. Yes, to answer your question. Thank you for your call. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, the Coven on The View said that if you vote Republican, it's very dangerous yesterday. Let me play this. Joy Behar had a warning for America. Listen to this. Joy Behar on the Coven of The View yesterday.
The Republican Party has become the party of insurrection, revolt, and violence.
Yeah.
And
now, keep in mind, we've had Democrats attempted to assassinate a Supreme Court justice and their entire family this week. Marjorie Taylor Greene's office was vandalized multiple times by a Democrat. The Colbert 7, all Democrats, were searching for Lauren Boebert at night in the halls of the Congressional Office Building. Democrats have firebombed and attacked 19 pro-life pregnancy centers, but Republicans are the dangerous ones, according to Joy Behar.
The Republican Party has become the party of insurrection, revolt, and violence.
Yeah.
And they don't make any bones about it anymore. I mean, this guy should be, you didn't even see the ad, which I saw on CNN.
Yeah.
It's quite violent, and they're acting like it's funny. It's not funny. You know, the Democrats have the dinos, let's put it. The Democrats in name only, in a way. You could say Manchin and Sinema in that category. You don't see us threatening their lives.
Really? They're not threatening their lives? They wanted a Democrat tried to kill Justice Kavanaugh and his whole family 2 weeks ago. A Democrat shot Steve Scalise and tried to shoot up the whole Republican baseball team.
The Democrats in name only, in a way. You could say Manchin and Sinema in that category. You don't see us threatening their lives. The Democrats are not the party of violence. They have become the party of violence. Look, I don't want to say it again because I'm starting to sound like a broken record. You cannot vote for Republicans in the next election. You will lose the country. I'm warning everybody. I'm afraid it's true.
We're going to lose the country.
Delusional.
This Democrat pro-abortion organization, Jane's Revenge, is threatening violent terrorist attacks on anyone who supports the overturning of Roe v. Wade. What is Joy Reid talking about?
What is she smoking?
Yeah, and I don't think it's Republicans throwing people in front of the trains in New York and the subway stations. I think those are probably Democrats too. I don't know what she's smoking, but I don't think she needs to smoke anything to think that way. Now, I do have one clip from the January 6th hearing yesterday. It's Liz Cheney, who is the daughter of war criminal Dick Cheney, who lied about weapons of mass destruction and got hundreds of thousands of people killed and wounded and everything else, many of them Americans. This is Liz Cheney, daughter of a war criminal who spends her days passing moral judgment on the most moral president we've ever had, Donald Trump. Listen to this. This is her yesterday.
The point is this. Donald Trump did not care about the threats of violence. He did not condemn them. He made no effort to stop them. He went forward with his fake allegations. One more point. I would urge all of those watching today to focus on the evidence the committee will present.
They keep talking about presenting evidence, and they never present the evidence. I keep hearing that they're going to present. They're like Adam Schiff, but but it goes on. Listen though.
Don't be distracted by politics. This is serious. We cannot let America become a nation of conspiracy theories and thug violence.
Okay. We cannot allow America to become a nation of conspiracy theories. So if you believe in UFOs and Area 51 aliens, that's going to be outlawed in Liz Cheney's America. If you believe that Lee Harvey Oswald was not the lone assassin and gunman at Dealey Plaza, that will be outlawed, that talk, that thought, under Liz Cheney and Liz Cheney's America. Conspiracy theories cannot be allowed, Steve. You believe in Bigfoot? No longer allowed under Liz Cheney. Oh my goodness. What about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? What about that conspiracy theory, Liz? That pay for your clothes and your houses and cars. She's a real piece of beaut, as President Trump would say. All right. Yes. Yeah. All right. Listen, we'll take our break. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Now, I will say this going into the break. We have had spectacular callers today, including Rodney King, who called in the first hour. Oh man, that was a beaut. But the quality of callers has degraded seriously. In the last few minutes, right? We had the one caller who seemed to be clinically depressed to find that Steve and I and the Steve Kane Show will continue with the format change. That guy, I mean, my goodness, he's probably on the phone to Dr. Lemaski for therapy. And then, of course, Liberal Al to John. So we want to get back to the level of callers that we've had in the previous couple hours of the program. All right.
I remember a day in this market where liberals were thoughtful, where they talked coherently, where they could make a case, and it was a pleasure for me because it was a challenge that you could kind of jump into with.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. Those liberals I guess they died off. I don't know what happened to them, but
well, what's happened? I've noticed in this is the third day of the week, and this week I've noticed the liberals are incoherent that call the program. The liberals that have called this have been incoherent, depressed, rambling,
and I can understand why they're depressed.
Yeah, because they're losing. It's rough. Listen, let's take that break though, and we'll be right back. It's the Steve Kane Show. Do not go anywhere. Back after this.
Steve Kane radio listeners love Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca.
Steve Kane Show. Yes, hold on. Bruce, $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, Bruce. Everyone, please thank Bruce for that.
Car over there that was not being used yet. You know, it belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody I had taken it to before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it, and I gotta say that this man fixed the car. It's running like a charm. Anybody that needs a mechanic, I strongly recommend Eddie.
Oh, man.
He is just the best thing that's happened to this family as far as car maintenance goes. It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right.
Hey guys, after the show, watch my tampon shortage video if you don't mind, and like that video too, as well as this one. I know, I ask a lot, guys.
In Boca. Give them a call. 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. Have you checked your cholesterol lately? Knowing your numbers is important, especially when it comes to heart health. Any lab tests now of Boca Raton guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. Their total cholesterol panel with LDL, HDL, and triglycerides is just $49. No doctor's order or prescription is needed. No appointment either. Just stop right in, and you will be in and out in 15 minutes or less. Any lab test now of Boca Raton is located at 23016 Sandalfoot Plaza.
No, I don't watch The View. If something happens, I hear about it in the news, or I see it on Twitter, and I pull up the audio. I wouldn't watch that crap.
237-5009. 561-237-5009. Any lab tests now of Boca Raton. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for
Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Lisa from Indiana.
Lisa in Indiana. What's up?
Lisa.
Good morning. I was calling about, the inflation, tampon shortage, formula shortage, but now the Midwest can also expect rolling blackout this summer in the high heat.
That's going to be fun.
Where'd you say you're calling from, Indiana? What's the summer temperatures like? I mean, right now, our heat index is like 100 plus in the middle of the day.
Well, yesterday I think it was like 93. We had like 99 last week. So
wow.
Yeah, some of the generators have been retired. So we've been warned in the Midwest to expect rolling blackouts. Yesterday on
I'll tell you what a lot of that is. It's not just the summer. Because we have heat here in Florida too, and air conditioning is life in Florida, and all the air conditioning units are on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in Florida. We're not having blackouts. In other parts of the country, you have too many electric vehicles plugged in that are pulling off the electric grid, as opposed to using gas stations. And these electrical grids in areas up north can't handle it. Yeah. But you must be excited. Biden said he's going to give us a tax holiday on the federal gas tax, 18 cents. We're going to all get 18 cents. Yeah.
What can I buy with
treat
that?
Lori to dinner tonight.
18 cents. Yeah, what are you going to get? 2 or 3 grains of rice, Steve?
Yeah, well, so anyway, yesterday on Greenwood Chatter, there was a lot of people already complaining they had no power.
Wow.
I mean, it's real. It's hitting right around where I live, so not going to be a fun summer.
No, in fact, that's deadly. People die during the summer when there's blackouts electrical-wise. They die from the heat. Yeah.
Those that don't die are in a very bad mood much of the time.
Well, if the power goes out, because I know I've been there, okay? If the power goes out, when we have hurricanes, we might lose power a little bit. You can go to your car if the power goes out and use your car air conditioning. I know it's expensive with the Biden gas prices.
I've thought of that.
You've thought of that? Yeah.
This is my first time calling, and I'm just glad I got to speak with you.
Well, thanks for calling, and welcome to the show. All right. Take care. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Berta from Texas.
Hey, Berta.
Listen, I was listening to the show earlier today with that poor cop in North Miami. he's done. I feel so bad. I know because I worked in South Miami, and I worked in Jasmine South Hospital for 10 years. And I worked in the most African-American environment there was. And as a boss, I'm telling you, it wasn't easy.
It wasn't. I mean, it was difficult to be a white person who was the boss of overseeing African-American employees?
Yes, sir.
How so? What do you mean?
I had patients. I was the manager, and I had a patient said, I don't know what happened. She said, that white bee. And the doctor goes, are you talking about my manager? The white bee in the office. And then after the doctor's like, that's my manager. You need to respect her. Because the doctor's black. They chose me because of my experience and my background to bring in money. And even the patients were treating me bad.
Wow.
It was a hard environment to work in. I was the only Trumpster there. It was very hard, but you know what? It wasn't even half as hard as it is now. I mean, Steve is right. I used to be able to have a good conversation with liberals to try to understand their mind of thinking, and then they would understand me. But it was never the hate. I already told you, Brian, my son's a liberal. He walked out many Thanksgivings because I didn't agree with him.
You know, that's so ridiculous. I mean, that's so ridiculous. Yeah.
They have a hatred. They don't see the good Trump did. And even Trump helped a lot of gay people. My son is gay, okay? And Trump helped a lot of gay.
Well, in fact, I'll tell. Okay, a couple things here. There's a couple reasons why you cannot have conversations with liberals anymore. That work out. There's a couple reasons why. One, there's not as many liberals as there used to be. President Trump, when he came down the escalator, started converting a lot of people to conservatism, and also the Biden gas prices and inflation have driven a lot of liberals over to the right.
Liberals died off.
Yeah, there's not, and
argument.
Yeah, and
when I first got down here, the place abounded with liberals, but they were all senior citizens.
Yeah, they didn't reproduce, and also so a lot. There's fewer liberals than there used to be because of Trump. But the ones that are left are radical revolutionary activist types that are just nutcases. They're not sane.
Never in my 54 years have seen how divided we are politically. I have never seen during an election.
No.
The only house, and my thing always came down. People will come down and just bust down my little yard sign. It wasn't even big.
Yeah.
I was the only one there, so it was very hard to work in that environment, and especially when you need to correct an African American. Look, you're coming in tardy too much. We don't need that because it's going to bring down the morale of the other people. They noticing that, and they walk in with a Starbucks. They feel entitled to come in 20 minutes late to work.
Oh, well, that racism of if I came in 20 minutes late to work every day, this show starts at 6 a.m. If I started coming in at 6:20 a.m., I don't think it'd be permitted.
And it was hard. The discipline part was hard. They would get in your face. One time, one made a fist, and I said, "I'm telling you, you make that fist and you hit me, not only are you going to be fired, but I'm going to press charges."
Well, I'll tell you this. Listen, here's what's happened. Okay, here's what's happened. Liberals. And you're talking about black liberals right now, but this isn't just black liberals. This is liberals in general. It can be gay liberals. It can be liberals have become what they think they're against, right? Bigots. And when the people you're talking about, they're racist and they hate white people, and or in your son's case, your son's yeah.
Making you black doesn't give you a free pass for being a racist.
Well, there used to be a saying. I remember we back in those. We used to hear from black liberals years ago who would say, "Well, black people cannot be racist. blacks don't have they don't have the power. It takes power, and that. But then when we got a black president for 8 years, a black female vice president, and these other things that are going on, I mean, that old talking point doesn't apply anymore.
White supremacist. I've never met one. I only know of one and I didn't vote for him.
Well, let me tell you. You know, Steve and I have immunity because we have interracial families. I have one child. She's black. Steve has 7 children, and 6 of which are adopted. 2 are black boys, and 1's a daughter who's black. So we, you know, and sometimes it comes to a shock to liberals. Liberals, when they're losing arguments, they're new to the show, they call us racist, and then they find out we have black kids, and they're just like, what? Huh? You know, because they stereotype us. Oh, you're MAGA. You must hate black people. Hey, listen, I got to run, though. It's time for a break. Thanks for the call, though. Always a good call from her. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We'll be right back.
Seniors, have you protected you and your family from financial ruin? You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Workshop. Make sure you and your family are properly protected, even if you already have a trust. Learn how to avoid losing an inheritance to predators like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, and the IRS. Learn how to prevent running out of money before you run out of life, and learn how to avoid being forced to spend down your assets. You will also learn how to avoid nursing home seizure of your assets. This free Living Trust Workshop with Attorney Barry Siegel is Tuesday, June 28th at 2 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray. Seating is limited, so reserve your seat for this free estate planning workshop. Call 1-855-FLA-ESTATE. That's 1-855-352-3782. 855-352-3782.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Do you suffer from neuropathy, back pain, shoulder pain, or osteoarthritis? Stop the suffering and stop the pain. Call Lighthouse Medical Center, 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation when you mention you heard them on the radio. 754-222-6642 or online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for...
All right, we're back. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve is here. Okay, someone in our YouTube live chat room asked a very ridiculous question. And by the way, we take calls from anyone on this program. So if you take issue with anything you hear on this program, from me, from Steve, from a caller, we take calls not only live on the air, our calls are screenless. We do not use a call screener. We have someone here down the hall, Rich Allen. He could answer the phones for us. We screen on the air. Okay, so you're welcome to call and ask us anything, but they asked a question in the chat room. They're too cowardly to call, so they said, please explain how having black children makes you a non-racist. Okay. I can answer it. Okay. Steve and I, we're not married in a gay relationship. He has a wife, I have a wife. We have separate families, okay? In this new world, we got to spell this out. Steve and I have black children. We did not get drunk and hook up with black women and impregnate them. My daughter, who's black, Steve's 3 black children are all adopted. This is a conscious decision we made. The largest expense in my family's budget is my daughter. Right? I mean, you know.
Kids.
That's right. I'm not complaining. Yeah.
Money. If I had the money back, not that I regret it, but if I had the money back that I have spent on raising all my children, I mean, black and white, I'd be a rich man.
Oh man, you'd have more gold than Fort Knox. You know? Yeah. And not that we're neither of us are complaining, but what this is what you got to ask yourself, okay? give me a logical argument for a racist to adopt black children. It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. And our children aren't living under the stairwell like Harry Potter, okay? Or cleaning the floors on their hands and knees like Cinderella, okay? Believe me. That's what you're dealing with in today's America. They just can't fathom. They cannot fathom this kind of. And I know a lot of people will say, "Well, you guys talk about your black kids because you want to show that you're not a racist." Steve and I talk about our children not just because we're proud of them, like good parents, but we focus a lot on the interracial aspect because we're promoting adoption, in particular interracial adoption. And we're big proponents of adoption. My mother was adopted. And Steve, I use the same adoption attorney that you used for at least 5 of your adoptions. Charlotte Dansu here in Boca, and I remember when my daughter's 23 now. We adopted her the morning after she was born, and when I announced on the air that I had adopted my daughter, and I did say that she was black. Black callers were harassing our adoption attorney like you wouldn't believe. How could you give a white baby to that white guy? I couldn't believe. Not one, and not one white person called up the adoption attorney and was upset. But blacks were calling up upset.
The only negative reaction I got, even in terms of being in public and the looks you get sometimes, the only skeptical looks I got were from blacks.
In fact, my daughter. The only racism that my wife and daughter have heard our daughter talk about is racism towards my daughter from black people. There was one thing she told us. This just blew my mind. My wife and I only have one child, and when you only have one child, especially a child who's adopted, they typically are very, very spoiled. And my wife would pack very nice lunches for my daughter to take to school because it's much better than that crappy school food. And some black girls told my daughter that she had white lunches, that her lunches were white. I don't even know what that means, but
I've learned a lot in terms of adopting black children, and let me tell you, it's not easy for black kids today in who have white parents. Not easy at all. They get hacked a lot and get made fun of a lot, and they go through some bad stuff.
There was when my daughter was in high school, she was in the drama club, and my daughter, the school my daughter went to has the most upscale drama department that you've ever seen in a public high school. They put on productions like they. I'm not sure. You did, coincidentally, because it was such a good. I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, they did one of the plays they did was The Addams Family, and I was driving my daughter and her friend somewhere, and my daughter and her friend were in the back seat, and I was driving, and her friend, this particular friend is black, and she was upset at the casting. They had cast the son in this Addams Family play, and the two parents, and the parents, the actors they cast, the students were white, and the son was black, and my daughter's black friend was upset at the casting decision. She said it doesn't make sense. He's black, and the two parents are white. That doesn't make sense. They should have cast me as the mother and somebody else who was black as the father. And my daughter, and keep in mind, I'm in the front seat driving, and my daughter says, well, I'm black and my parents are white. How does that not make sense? So I know these are mild examples, but the only negative racial things that I've encountered in 23 years of being a black parent are negative comments from black people. I've never heard a negative comment from white people involving an interracial family.
My daughter Jennifer, who is still friendly with a lot of the kids that she went to high school with over at Cooper City, she had black friends, she had white friends, And a lot of her black friends were, not all, maybe not a lot, but a number of her black friends told her that if she wanted to be friendly with the black students, she had to give up her white friends. You can't have...
Get out of it. Yeah.
I swear to God.
Oh, my goodness. That's called segregation.
They were tortured.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, I truly mean this. My daughter's 23. I have not had a single negative experience or comment racially about an interracial family except from black people. Not once. And I mean, if somebody white wants to call in and say something racist all of a sudden, I mean, I guess. But I thus far in 23 years, I've not had the experience, and that, you know, that's just the way it is, you know. Our number is toll free 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I want to tell everyone about MyPillow and Mike Lindell. I got a call at the start of the show today from Mike from Louisiana. He was very excited, Steve. He had just gotten his MyPillow bathrobe. Yeah, and Mike in Louisiana, he already has the MyPillow slippers. He just got his MyPillow bathrobe, which is 30% off with the promo code CANE at checkout at mypillow.com, K-A-N-E. And he has a whole bunch of MyPillow products, and he bought the MyPillow bathrobe, not so much because he needed a robe, he bought it to support Mike Lindell. And this canceling by Walmart is a big blow. You know, some of these other, Mike Lindell lost Bed Bath & Beyond, the Home Shopping Channel, QVC, Kohl's, Kroger, and many others. But Walmart is the largest retailer in the United States, and that's tens of millions of dollars a year in lost revenue. They're trying to put Mike Lindell out of business. And these other places that left Mike Lindell were like a year and a half ago, after when he first became kind of an activist for Trump. You know, there's been nothing new with Mike Lindell so far as his activism in a year or more, and Walmart, obviously pressured by the Biden White House to drop the MyPillow products, they're trying to put Mike Lindell out of business. That's what they're trying to do, you know, and we're not going to let that happen. And I'm not supporting Walmart. I'm not buying anything from Walmart. And I'm not a boycott person, but I'm not, you know, I went to Walmart yesterday for my tampon video, but I didn't buy anything. Okay, I looked at the tampons. That was it, and I left. I didn't buy a damn thing at Walmart, and and they got good prices on things. Nothing. And that MyPillow bathrobe, you can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com, and there are a lot of incredible specials there with the promo code CANE. I'm just talking about the bathrobe now because Mike from Louisiana called in about it. I have the MyPillow bathrobe. My wife does. They are soft. They are comfortable. They're upscale and luxurious. Everything Mike Lindell makes is high quality, but those bathrobes, Steve, they're like what you would have in a fine hotel, like if you were staying at Mar-a-Lago. It's the kind of robe you'd have at Mar-a-Lago. I've had mine for over a year. I wash and dry it regularly, and every time I take it out of the dryer, it looks just like the day I got it. You can also order by phone. It's, again, 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe with the promo code CANE, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. Promo code CANE, K-A-N-E. We'll be right back with the Gold Report after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors focusing on residential and commercial roofing, impact windows, and building restoration. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
All right, we are back, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman live from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Look very good, Brian. As you know, we've been trading in a range from about 1830 to about 1860, and that range has held very good support levels with gold, especially. Even though we saw a little bit of pullback yesterday, gold was closed down from $6 at $1,832.70 the ounce. Silver was up 9 cents yesterday at $21.66, while platinum gained $9 at $9.39, and palladium gained $28. Gold this morning is higher significantly. Right now, gold up $14.10 at $1,846.80. Yesterday, we saw a stock market rally, which has been in a big downtrend, and it turned around today and is back down again. That action we've seen for quite a while, and gold's still the safe haven everybody's been looking to take advantage of and put money into, and that has proven.
Yeah.
10 cents right now at $21.56 the ounce. Platinum down $10 at $9.29, and palladium down $8 at $18.02. So gold up nicely, as I said, up $13.60 right now.
Now, William Youngerman, can you tell people who cannot make it into your location in Boca, maybe they're in town and can't make it there, or maybe they're out of town, out of state, or even outside of the United States, how can people outside of the local Boca area buy the gold, buy silver, and the other metals from you without even coming in?
Absolutely. For over 50 years, we've made a good two-way market in all the precious metals and shipped rare coins and precious metals all over the world. So all you have to do is call us. You can check out our website, but also call us and at our 800 toll-free number. Lock in the price of the metals at the time and whatever you want to order, and overnight us a check or wire the money, and the precious metals or rare coins are shipped out immediately the very next day.
Yeah, and I will tell you this, that I know there's, if you buy things online, you're paying too much, right, William Youngerman?
Lean staff and able to not have to charge you for all kinds of expensive advertising or anything else. We do much by our radio, of course, with Steve Kane, and then by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Working for us.
Yeah, so if you're buying the metal somewhere else, you're paying too much. You get more metal for your money when you buy your gold, your silver, your platinum from William Youngerman. Here's the number. They open up at 10 a.m., 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or stop right in Boca, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we will talk tomorrow.
Have a great day. Thank you.
All right, we will. All right, so Steve, I'm looking here in Chicago. The biggest problem in Chicago is the crime, right? I mean, it's the wild, wild west. Well, listen to this.
I was just going through my morning edition of the New York Post.
Mm-hmm.
You get 8 pages in before you get a story that's not from the big cities with people being shot.
Well, they don't have a police chief in Chicago. They call them the superintendent for some reason. But the superintendent of the Chicago Police Department announced that the Chicago police will no longer chase suspects who flee on foot. Now, I understand not getting involved in a high-speed automobile chase, okay? Because with the helicopters and the radio calls ahead, they can, getting involved in a high-speed chase by car is one thing. They're talking about foot pursuits. Chicago cops will not chase criminals. Officers will only launch foot pursuits when the need to arrest outweighs the risk of following. What's the risk of a police officer with a gun and a badge following a suspect? The Chicago Police Department is updating its foot pursuit policy to enhance officer safety Well, what about citizen safety? Who's running this department? The Uvalde cops? I mean, officers are allowed to pursue a suspect on foot if they are or are about to commit a felony or Class A misdemeanor. This includes assault, battery, and residential criminal trespass. Does that include shooting and rapes? I don't know. Officers will not be allowed to pursue suspects if they are not about to commit simple assault, land trespassing, or public drinking. The Chicago Superintendent of Police said the policy is not new to law enforcement, but new to the Chicago PD. The safety of our community and officers remains at the core of the new foot pursuit policy. How does it make the community safer letting the criminals run away? I've never heard of something so stupid. The car chases is a regular thing because you can get involved in car accidents, there's red lights. But a foot pursuit, what, they might bump into somebody?
The case in Chicago that caused this to happen, they were chasing, I think it was a 13-year-old boy or a 14-year-old.
Uh-huh.
And it ended badly.
What happened?
I think resulted in the kid dying.
Well, maybe you shouldn't run from the cops. What, do you get hit by a car or a bus or something running across the street?
What I teach all my kids is to comply with the policeman is your friend.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you run from the cops and you run in front of a bus and you get run over, that, you know, that's, you know, okay, but you know, don't run from the cops.
Somebody out there may remember it in Chicago. I think the cop shot him in the end, I think.
Everything the Democrats do is to cater to criminals these days. I mean, yeah.
Marvelously, that's working.
Yeah, it's working great. It's working great if you lead a life of crime. Yeah. Biden yesterday. Listen to this. This is Biden yesterday. Made an announcement.
Well, we'll get through at least this year. We do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
Really? There's going to be another pandemic? Did he say plan for the next pandemic or the next pandemic he's planning? I don't know what she said. What does he mean there's going to be a second pandemic? The COVID pandemic was the first pandemic of my lifetime. I think was that the first pandemic since the flu?
Speak.
I mean, gee whiz. You know, I know a lot of people talk about COVID. We don't talk about COVID restrictions on this show. I think people are COVID out.
There's going to be another app.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Well, Joe. Well, you know what happens with Biden? But this is what happens with Biden. This happens quite regularly with Biden. He talks openly on camera about things that aren't meant to be on camera, that they talk about behind the scenes.
He doesn't usually look he looked exceptionally bad.
Really?
It's bad all the time. Yeah. Yesterday was not a good day for him.
It must have been the fall on the bike.
It's true.
I've never fallen off a bike, not since I learned how to ride. And then Biden.
You get older, if you fall, you're sore the next.
Well, the thing about I had a skateboard accident a few years ago. Remember that one? I stopped skateboard riding. I don't ride my board anymore. Had a bad one. Oh my goodness. The thing about it though, I had a bad skateboard accident. I mean a bad one. I was lucky. I got lucky. But the thing with Biden though, the reason he was bike riding, he's trying to make himself look fit, youthful, athletic, and he blew it.
He runs everywhere he goes. I mean,
he doesn't run. He gets it. He doesn't run. He gets it. He gets his body in a stance like he's running, but he still scoots slowly. But he swings his arms while he's scooting slowly in a running stance. It's kind of like, you know what it looks like to me? Steve Austin on the $6 Million Man, when he was supposed to be running 60 miles an hour, it was in slow motion. And you were supposed to think he was running 60. That's what he does. He doesn't run. He just pretends. And, you know, and then he falls off the bike, and what he did 2 things. First thing he did when he fell off the bike, did you see what he did? The first thing he did? He got up and walked to a little girl. Serious, watch the video. But after that, yeah, I know, huh? And after that, though, yeah, I did. First thing he did. And then the second thing he did was blame the pedal for his fall. It was the pedal's fault. Yeah, so, I mean, you know, nothing's this guy's fault. I guess it's Putin's pedal. Putin's pedal caused the fall. The Putin pedal. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, though. Wings Plus in Coral Springs has the best food in South Florida, don't they? Oh, man. You know, Wings Plus in Coral... Yeah.
Wings are the best, but they have so many other dishes that are so fabulous. I'm salivating here as I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like to wait yeah. You know, I like to wait to do the Wings Plus spots until the end of the show, because every time we talk about Wings Plus, my mouth waters and my stomach starts to growl, and I start to smell the wings. I can smell the wings right now. I know it's just in my mind, but that's how good it is. Everything at Wings Plus is homemade. Nothing comes out of a can, and it's the one restaurant in South Florida that you can comfortably eat in with your Trump gear on, your MAGA hat, your Trump shirt. You don't have to worry. And Wings Plus is about a mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road in Coral Springs. Easy to find. When you look at on the south side of Sample Road, you'll see the Wings Plus sign, and right next to that is a Ron DeSantis for Governor sign. That's Wings Plus. All right, we're out of time. 5 seconds to sign us off, Steve. 5 seconds.
That does it for today. We will be back to start all over again tomorrow, 6 a.m. Until then, on behalf of our executive producer today, Tyler Kane, my partner, Brian Craig, and co-host, and I'm Steve. See you tomorrow. God bless Donald Trump.
This is the Talk of South Florida, 95.3, 96.9, AM 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG Live station.
All right, guys, listen, I got to take off because I got to be at a meeting in 1 minute. So it's on the phone, but I got a phone meeting in just a minute. I will see you guys later, all right? Don't forget, like the video before you go. Talk to you soon.